Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
We've got our 10-year anniversary ACT live show for sale right now. There's only half the tickets left. Half have been sold.
Own it.
It's at tomandan.com. The front page, you'll see the ACT 10-year anniversary link. It's at the Wayne Dench Theater in Sanford. It's also on their site if you want to check that out.
It's the Ritz at the Wayne Dench Theater in beautiful Sanford. I love that little spot.
Tickets are only $10, but that also comes with a free ACT gift that Eric's working on right now.
We have an after party at Tuffy's Bottle Shop and Lounge right there in the music box.
Yeah, and your admission to the show will get you, we'll probably have someone pass out like the free drink ticket and the gift
So
at
even
the
though
door.
I'm leaving, you are not changing the better business because $10 for a show.
Yeah.
Drink ticket.
Yeah.
What else did we get here?
Some
merch. Some ACT merch.
Some merch.
All for $10.
And one person that night will be chosen.
This is why they can't afford to pay me, guys.
One person that night, one person in their bag, they will get a golden ticket to become the new producer.
Yeah.
You
never know who it's going to be.
You never know. It
also,
could be anybody.
we're giving out free tickets to anybody who does segments on the show,
Yeah.
like Kenny.
That's why half the tickets are going.
I know.
All right, so I'm going to play his theme
They're
song.
like straw hats.
I know. Kenny doesn't need a free ticket. He's rich.
I got Kenny's theme song
You
on
have
deck,
kids, right?
but I changed
you don't have
it.
kids, right?
No kids.
Here, I changed his theme song. I narrowed it down.
He's always creeping when the sun goes down. Kenny, the mayor of Pervert Town. No, no, he's gotta go, gotta shut it down.
I put a beefier one on it. I made some edits.
The AI dragon was...
I'm going to teach you guys how to use AI. See, the beginning of that song was just too clunky, bumpy. It didn't make any sense. I cut that off. I put an extra dragon on the end. Bada boom. That's how you use AI.
That's why I wore these pants, because I, wanted to fit in with the theme.
Pick it up. Like the ska theme.
Also, I'll plug our, we've got a BDM-only party coming up.
Oh, my God. This guy's always plugging
All
things.
business.
Jeez,
All
Louise, all plugs.
business.
Sorry.
All plugs.
But we have a Hawaiian luau show
Easy
that
for
we're
you to say.
presenting
Yeah.
at the end
It's
of it.
Tom and Dan,
with
Elvis
fire.
65 Hawaii. It's the Tom and
Big
Dan.
Fat Elvis.
Like,
It's
this is-
Elvis 76.
Please dress like Big Fat Elvis.
Can we? I will
Like,
get an Elvis
all
costume
the-
and dress like Little Fat Elvis.
but-
I will be Elvis.
You
little,
can be Stitch Elvis, and you'll be regular
I'll
Big
be
Fat Elvis.
Little Danny Elvis.
Opioid on the toilet
live
Elvis.
from Hawaii.
And speaking about wasting money, we just sold out all the cabanas in an hour. So they're all sold. We're taking that money, we're putting it into
we gave
the
it right
luau
to the
show.
cheeky guys.
Yeah, you just paid a luau
Yeah.
show.
And we
You
got
didn't even
drums.
keep it.
And
We got
these people
two.
are really Hawaiian.
Yeah. A fire
it's the
dancer.
real deal.
Or
We got.
Polynesian of some sort.
Yeah. No, they're like
Headdress.
it's legit. Like the person that he was emailing was like, her name was like Leilani, and I was like, that's real.
I have a feeling Tom's going to be like, I could spin that flame, and then next thing you know,
No, not allowed.
careful.
They're going to
Not
get us
allowed.
involved.
Dan's hat's on
The
fire.
number of riders we have to sign
And-
for this, the number of things we have to do. We
Well,
have to
no.
check the ceiling height.
The venue is, they're like, whatever you want to make. They're down for whatever. Like, so this is going to be awesome.
When was
There's a
Elvis-
pool there.
When was Elvis live from Hawaii? Because that's the vibes I'm going for.
Yeah, you could be hanging out drunk in a pool watching a extravaganza.
We got that. We got the fast tips. The fast tips. You know the.
Dance, like, this is a half an hour show. It's half an hour.
You know what else we got? We got this.
It could be 40 minutes. Yeah.
1973.
We got all of
by
that.
the way.
73 Elvis Hawaii. This is what we're doing.
I thought you were going to end it with the
That's racist.
Yeah,
dude.
that is
What are you
racist.
doing?
It's
What are you
okay,
doing?
I knew Kenny was racist.
Yeah.
Add racist to the mayor of
The
Pervert.
racist pervert? Okay, hold on.
And racist.
I like that one of the...
He's racist.
People are going to say, like, what is this, right? We're that show, right? What is this?
Well, Christine
yeah.
always asks, what's this segment? Why is he here? What are you doing?
Oh, you
Yeah,
hurt
yeah.
his feelings, Christine.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
no one knows.
Nothing can be done.
Yeah.
Nothing can be done.
I don't even know where I'm here.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
welcome.
Well,
It's good to
hey.
see you. What have you been doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Where has Kenny been lately?
I was in Anaheim, California for 10 days producing a corporate event for a software company. But this was like a bigger one. It wasn't your typical insurance convention that Tom always brings up. Like it actually had like a lot more interactive stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was an outdoor. Like
He's got two big ones now. One is insurance conventions, and the other one that you're getting some heat on Reddit is don't do anything. AI's coming.
Well, that's right.
If you go
What's
on
Reddit
Reddit,
say?
people are
Reddit
like,
should
God
know.
damn it, everything is like, don't do nothing because AI's coming for you. So just sit back and let it eat you.
Well, they should know. Reddit should know. They're on the internet.
They don't know.
I mean, AI is going to do everybody's job. Look at what's happening.
You're doing it right now.
I'm telling you the future if you don't want to listen.
They're tired of it.
Well, yeah, so I was there, but it got me thinking in my many years in the corporate world and almost tying in with Sam, rage quitting and storming out of the studio, getting angry. I've dealt with a lot of really angry, like unnecessarily angry people in my travels. Like there was one, she was a vice president, like a higher up or whatever, physically assaulted one of my crew members when we were
like how?
was just like upset and
Can we change that? If like a little lady who's a vice president gets mad and just slaps some intern, that's not an assault. That guy was not doing his job, and sometimes you'll knock him around and you'll get the coffee there on time. We got to stop saying assault. That is not assault.
What kind of assault?
So it was one of those where she was just criticizing. I guess the guy wasn't setting things up fast enough, but she was being unreasonable. And he was doing it, and it got to a point where he stood up. It's like, hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm an adult.
I hate
you know
those
what I mean?
people.
Like, don't yell at me. Like, I'm not a child. And
But your performance level is that of a child. Look at how poor your performance level is.
Well, he got in her face, and she the Elaine two-hand shoved him, or whatever. And
not an assault.
Yeah,
Just a push to get you to do your job. Just a
She was
shove.
just starting a mosh pit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Well, she ended up getting fired immediately.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
No
Well,
investigation?
Well,
they saw it. Right there.
pretty much everyone saw what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was weird because midway through the conference, it's like, hey, I can't be a part of this. I have to do a deposition, or I have to go.
Damn.
I have to meet with the police and give my
my
affidavit
Dressed
over what
like
happened.
That? Oh my God! They got the trumpet player for Real Big Fish in here. He's got to do a deposition.
Two things.
Sir, can you turn your hair down? This is a real business.
If you're paying me, you could talk to me whatever way you want, and I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wow.
I will also take assault and not complain.
Yeah, I'm not a complainer.
Like,
you can smack me around.
If you
Because
slap,
I'm little. What am I supposed to do?
if you slap my face, I will think I deserved it.
It's a jarring move.
But
How many times have I slapped your face?
I may assault you back though.
How many times have I
That's,
slapped
that's a gamble.
That's
yeah,
the thing. I was
if you slap my face, I may just knock you out.
Yeah,
you
there's
like,
that.
but I may take it. I don't know.
Male or female,
Or dice roll.
I didn't care. I was very proud that he just didn't turn around and just clock her right in the face. Because it was one of those, she was being so unreasonable that, the fact that she even put hands on him, I was very proud that he didn't
we got to
come
change her. She just shoved him.
Yeah.
It's
And
a little get to work.
there is also if that person did just swing and knock her out, that wasn't warranted.
No.
push. You know what I'm saying? Because
But that happens. I watch the videos on Reddit all the time where the old man's like, "You didn't put my nuggets in the bag," and then the kid's standing there and he's like, "Don't push me, old man." And the old man's like, not really pushing him. He's just yelling about his nuggets, and then the kid just drops him and kills him.
Yeah, if someone pushes you, that doesn't mean that you can then knock them out unconscious. Especially you were not in any
But it
danger.
happens. It
now,
happens all the time.
if someone is attacking you and swinging at you,
You
then
can protect yourself.
Then protect yourself. But a push doesn't. Now you're escalating it.
I
then,
wish Seth was here just to completely disagree with you on this.
It is.
I don't know if he would.
But
I don't know which way he'd go.
if you push Seth out of anger, I understand the rules of you put your hands on someone, then they could defend themselves. But are they defending themselves really? Or are they taking the opportunity to knock you out because you touched them? You know what I'm saying? Because you could
there
just
is that. Yeah.
you could just walk away or push them back. I'm just saying a push is equal to a push, not a knockout.
So you're allowed to push
Oh,
back.
push back.
You can
No,
push
no.
back.
you
yeah.
can push back.
And if they're swinging at you, then
Then you
fight
can
back
swing.
with
Yeah, you can
fists.
swing.
But like,
if they pull a gun,
some people think if you touch them, also
Have
the
you guys talked to your kids about this at all? Like sticking up for yourself, standing up for yourself,
yes,
that kind
yeah,
of thing?
because
Yeah.
I do tell my kids like if someone
it's an awkward conversation, but yes.
if someone pushes you, don't punch them in the face.
Oops.
That's not a like you just walk away. Now if someone's attacking
I don't give
you,
the walk away.
defend yourself.
I'm different. I don't do the
Yeah.
walk away. Like, she was talking about a kid that punched her in the stomach, and I did exactly
What
what you
the
said.
hell?
This kid
I
punched
will
her in the
kill that
stomach.
kid. Oh, you
Yeah.
I
shouldn't say
said,
that.
I said, you just punch him in the face.
It's okay. What are they?
I'm
gonna
not
do?
a
You're
walk
gone.
away guy. I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's
I'm
fine.
Not. I'm
That's
not.
fine.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah,
anti walk away. I'm not anti that either. But when she said that, it was just the reaction I had. I'm pretty sure Andrea disagreed with me, but she was like, "This
Yeah.
kid punched me in the stomach," and I was like, "Well, just pop him in the face."
Oh, see, I thought you were gonna do like, punch me in the stomach, and then you just like,
Kick him in the balls.
or I would say a handful of sand, and just like right in the eyes.
No,
Oh,
just
old
punch
school.
him right in the face.
the
Simple. Just
also,
very,
you got to have access to sand.
That's why I figured
Yeah.
kids.
yeah, sand's not readily available unless
No.
you carry it in your pocket.
Like-
Do they have sand pits at recess anymore?
no.
I always
Yeah,
wanted
no, it's all mulch now.
That sucks.
de-escalate the situation because then if you you take something and then you
No,
give it
you
back
get hurt.
more,
You can get hurt.
then you're escalating the situation to, and I think that's how a lot of people end up into crazy situations where someone gets murdered.
Yeah.
It's like
That's how you push down an old man outside of an arcade. He hits his head and dies.
Yeah,
right?
it's Crystal telling you to yell at the people at the movie theater.
I'm more Crystal.
This is going to escalate to what? To
Yeah.
what end?
I need
Is
you
it
to go
start-
fight those
Death.
teenagers.
Fight to the death.
Like
Well-
how do road rage situations escalate? It doesn't start with you giving the middle finger and them gunning you down.
You're right.
It starts with
You
a
are-
middle finger,
you are
then middle
100%
finger,
right.
yelling, pushing, punching,
Brake
dead.
checking.
You
yeah.
are right, but I can't bring myself to tell my daughter that.
No, yeah.
I can't tell her to de-escalate it. I have to tell her to punch him in the face.
Also, she is an athlete. She could,
Yeah.
easily beat anybody up.
She and then I
She
asked
doesn't
her,
have to
and it
worry
did happen again. And I asked her, "What'd you do?" And she said, "I just walked away."
Yeah. Well,
And I'm like, "You didn't do what I said."
I
And then I punished her.
Punched her in the stomach.
In continued anger, I also had one. You guys know, it's called a jib camera, but it's those cameras that are on the long poles, and you get those like swoopy.
I have
swoopy
a
shots.
very good friend who does that professionally for AEW wrestling.
Oh,
and they
nice.
travel. They're the big boom shot
Yep.
of the wrestlers. That's important.
So I had one, and obviously with that, you have to be cognizant of who's in front of you because you can knock someone out if you accidentally, whatever.
Oh.
And apparently our jib operator, grumpy old man, like grumpy old man, and there are these people that were kind of walking underneath, weren't getting out of the way, and he was, like trying to get them. He ended up actually nudging them with the boom camera and almost doing that. We're like, hey, you can't do that. Like, you got to figure out
I
a
can
different
do anything I
yeah,
want.
a different way. And it just got to a point where over the headset,
I'm
just
not
got
taking any.
I don't work for you, Mayor.
I don't work for some
so
blue-haired man.
it got to a point where he was just cursing at me on the headset. I'm trying to organize everything in the middle of a shot. This was a live broadcast.
F. Kenny.
You see the sweeping shot, then all of a sudden the camera just jolts immediately upward, pointing at the ceiling because he just said, "That's it, I'm done." Takes off his
Good
headset.
for him.
I love a
Around
leave.
the
I
walk.
love a march out.
In the middle of the show, just
I might do that
yeah.
tomorrow.
I'm out of here, blue hair.
What?
You take this jib and stick it.
Just because he got aggravated that
Enough was enough, man.
that people were getting in his way, and I was telling him, it's you can't hit them with the jib arm, and you have to figure it, because normally it's hey,
Get some goddamn security in there,
Yeah.
Kenny.
no, I was trying to, but the again, dumb old man was just sitting there. It's I'm going to handle this my way. Just
Yeah.
bowl people
I do
over.
like the idea of moving people out of the way with the camera, though,
Yeah,
too.
don't move.
And that makes for an interesting shot, right? Or no shot.
But also, who's winning in this scenario? You're quitting your job. You're gonna.
He's not going to get paid. He won't get hired again. You know what I mean?
You didn't understand, and you'll never understand this, but emotional people don't care
They don't
about
think that far ahead.
winning.
Yeah.
We don't care about winning.
But don't you care about yourself?
They care about the moment.
No. We
Yeah.
make horrible decisions in the moment
Yeah.
to feel good at the time that could
reactionary.
literally change the course of our life forever.
And this is your business partner.
Yeah, man. I could at any moment, I could literally
Full
Why
frog
are you
free
pull
doing
gun.
out
that?
a gun and kill everybody here and
Oh,
then
God.
kill myself right now. And that's what makes life spicy.
Why are
That's
you
what
doing
gives
that?
you the juice.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
I
Why-
can't help
know.
it. He can't
I
help it.
don't know.
Like, you're trying to do your job, and the people are making it so you can't do your job, so then now you quit your job.
Yeah, because it feels awesome
Yeah,
to tell
in the
some
moment.
to tell
It's just
some
like-
blue-haired dude in ska pants
F
to
off.
eat my fingers.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
even your
Chop
fault.
my crotch like Degeneration X.
Gibber your own show,
literally-
MFer.
I'm dancing like the
Don't say
the
gibber your
Hardy
own
Boys.
It's but it's like it's
I'm
not
doing
even
the Hardy
Kimmy's
Boy
fault.
dance. I'm shooting my brains out. I'm doing the wave. I pull my pants down. Didn't you see the guy on the Lamborghini boat on Qualified Captain? You know how
You
good
told
it
me
must have
about it.
felt to be standing on the back of that boat and pull your pants down and waggle your weenie at everybody? Now, you're probably a sex offender now. But you know how good that probably felt?
There's always been those those daydream scenarios. Like if I knew I was going to quit, producing for a company, I'd wait to the CEO. It's like, and we have this heartfelt, emotional message that we want to share with you today, and then I just hit play on like Faces of Death and then walk away, and then just like let it play on all the screens.
See but that does actually hurt you. That's what I don't understand about the emotional
You're not
aspect
thinking
of
about
revenge.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not 5 steps ahead, man.
Like it makes you.
I'm right here.
It's like because now you burn the bridge.
No, worse
like,
than burning it.
they-
No bridge. There's no bridge there.
Yeah,
Scorched earth.
You're
scenario.
burning future bridges you don't even know about.
Yeah, yeah,
because-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All
I don't have the tools to build a bridge ever again.
And your revenge isn't that like so you're playing Faces
I
of Death.
wasn't getting revenge.
And people are like, "Oh my god!" Like some people think it's funny and think you're a hero because, like, I got but the rest would just be mad that you did. Like, why'd you do that? You POS.
You scarred my child.
You ruined it for everyone.
And then they stop it and they move on. They'll forget about it. They'll hold the resentment towards you and try to And now you've made an enemy, right?
Yeah.
Because you've attacked them.
Yes.
So they're gonna try to stop you from
And the cycle continues.
working
And you
from
have to
business
war.
partners.
You have to go to war. You have to go to war.
But all for what?
I don't really forgot. I forgot what we were warring about. But
So
I know
don't
it's
you-
wartime.
You want what's best for yourself?
I don't even know what that is anymore. But I like war.
Well, speaking of emotional people, and it kind of leads into the next story. So I travel a lot, and people are just D-heads when they fly, like they just inherently are.
Are you getting on any Boeing planes?
God, thank God I'm not. Like,
Is
yeah,
that
no.
Is
I've been
that what you're supposed to do now? Is you're supposed to go to the thing. You're supposed to look.
Oh, I am.
And then
Oh.
you see if there's a Boeing plane. Then you're supposed to go like, I'm sorry, I
I
can't
ain't
fly
taking
on
that one.
And then
Yeah,
we're supposed
it
to
says it in
cripple-
advance.
We're supposed to cripple Boeing, right? That's what we're supposed to do now.
Well, here's
Well, I'm just not flying it because I don't want to die.
here's what I'm
I
mad
also
about.
don't want to talk about it because
That is
that
true.
guy just
Yep.
ended up unalived.
the
and,
whistleblower is.
unalived
Oops.
himself, which no one believes.
I'll
Very Epstein-esque.
I'll
was
talk
real
about
weird.
it. So this is what I don't understand. Why aren't the Boeing planes cheaper?
Right?
Like because I'm flying on Friday. If they offered me $1,000 off, I'll
Oh,
take my
yeah.
whole family. I don't care because I know because here's the
They
thing.
might have to if people start boycotting, right?
It's whatever the problems are, like it's fine. Statistically, it ain't gonna happen to my plane. It's fine.
I like your confidence.
I'll take it for $1,000. I'll take that gamble.
Yeah, it would make
there's
people think about it, though. It would change how people think about it.
Yeah, but
because
it's
all
emotional.
you need to do is to give people an incentive. No, and then they'll think about it, though. They'll be like, oh,
Yeah,
well, maybe,
you would say-
maybe I'll go.
If
You would
it's
think-
cheaper, I'll fly. I'll fly with a student pilot flying on that Boeing plane if the tickets are $30.
But you have to realize that the airlines don't want the bad press because it's not, let's say, God forbid, something happens with a Boeing plane. The airline itself gets the damage along with Boeing. So if you're the airline, you're like, okay, we just won't work with Boeing anymore. Well, that increases prices because now you only can use an Airbus or, some of the other companies.
Yeah, but
I don't
it's
even know
only
the other
that.
companies.
It's,
Airbus and McDonnell Douglas, I think, are the two.
and it's only that one Max plane, whatever it is,
the
like
Max 37, Max 30, whatever, Max D.
Yeah,
or-
Yeah.
It's that specific airplane, and there's lots of Boeing planes that that are
Yeah,
out
but
there. to
like
fly.
we're also getting the half information, and now you're seeing hashtags of F Boeing, and then people are saying I won't even fly a Boeing plane.
Yeah.
And it's It's spiraling. There is a real answer of like, if you were a nervous flyer like I am, and there's one specific plane that makes me nervous, you could just look that up and then fly the other Boeing planes. But that's not what's happening right now. You're just seeing this knee jerk of everybody like, I can't fly it.
I
Look
like
it
this
up.
because this will lower
should.
airline tickets, and that's what I want because it's gotten
insane.
insane.
Thing is, from my perspective, and I don't know if Sam shares the same thought because I know she gets nervous flying sometimes.
Yeah.
But personally, I've done this enough. And I've been trying to fight my fear of flying for how long now that you've known me? 25 years?
Yeah.
That this makes me feel like if you do have to fly soon, super safe, because it is right under the microscope. Everything is being looked at. Every guy checking bolts is checking them, like, because nobody, like Kenny's saying,
the
it's
safest,
right now it's so safe.
Statistically, the safest time to fly is right after an incident or a crash. Because that's when
And
everyone...
There's been 3 incidents this week.
That's good.
But
the week's not over.
But are you looking at the glass half full? Because none of the
I'm
planes
looking at the
crashed.
glass.
Yeah, nobody died, right? Nobody
I'm
died.
looking at the glass.
Yeah, like the door or big holes.
The glass ain't there. The door flew
Now,
off.
can you want to hear something
They were
crazy?
able to land it. No one died.
You want to
It's
hear
like-
something crazy?
Now, if it just exploded in midair, like you get a little.
In my
You
brain,
get a little nervous.
in my brain,
I'll take a door
I
flight.
would rather be on the flight where the door is going to pop off than be on one where they just had like a wheel and they're like it landed and we never knew.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on the door one because then
Oh,
at
no.
least,
Oh.
well, no, nobody died. So now
I know,
you
but I
get
would-
to be like the guy that's like, what was that like?
the
You could
story.
get laid off of that door story.
That was the SNL sketch where they talked about it's like, yeah, but how cool
It's
is that
cool.
story?
It is cool.
Especially if you
I
were the
haven't seen
guy
that
whose
sketch.
shirt got ripped off.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I was the guy
It
whose
is
shirt got
cool.
ripped off in midair.
It sucked my shirt out.
yeah.
Well,
why don't you?
So speaking of anger people on an airplane, have you guys ever sat in the exit row at all?
Yes,
And they have
yeah.
to do the thing where
Yeah.
so. Yes, I agree. I hate the protocol for the sake of protocol, like you, Tom, where the flight attendants have to say, "I need to have a verbal yes from you that you will agree to blah blah blah." Well, there was this just D-head businessman that sat there, and the lady's giving her speech, and he just interrupts her and be like, "I was already asked about this. I've already agreed to yes." Like in the middle of her speech.
I like that. He's getting.
Man.
Yeah, he's getting his
Everybody's
business
rude
done.
as hell.
Yeah, but then she's
He's
just
getting his business
Just
done.
she's
let her
like-
get through it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then and I'm sitting in the row behind them and I'm witnessing all this. And
Well,
then
who's
she's
more important, international business or flight attendant?
well, and then she's like, "Hey, I have to go through the speech." So she does the speech, and then she's like, "Hey, I'm going to go down the line and ask you." And again, interrupt her again. So it's like, "Do you feel like yes, I will?" Like he just straight up interrupted her.
He's prompt.
And then she's like, "Sir, are we gonna have a problem?" And I'm like, "Oh, please kick him out," because they have the authority to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
gonna
"Please
slow
kick
you
him out."
down.
I
That's
don't
gonna
care.
slow you down.
I don't care. Like I was not that I was trying to white knight the situation or anything, but I sat behind him I'm like, bro, she just let her do her job.
Yeah.
Like she has.
Oh, you were trying to start a fight on the plane.
I didn't care. This guy the entire time I was like, come at me, old man. Like,
Oh, my God.
beat him up.
Oh my God.
yeah.
But what those kind of things back where like you're trying to get revenge on the people you work with or whatever. It's like when you say that, what are you trying to accomplish? Except for being a D-head, and then they're gonna have to explain the stuff to the people around you anyway.
Yeah.
Like
They
so
don't understand
and
that.
so
They're already.
It's just about them. Everybody's
Yeah.
just about themselves.
They use it
Tom.
on Reddit. They call it main character syndrome.
Yes, I love that.
And the guy thinks he's the guy. Like he's living the video game. First person shooter, and he's the main character. And nobody else matters.
Now,
and
I
your
will
life
say,
doesn't mean anything.
anybody who, if the flight attendant says, if you can't handle this job, then let us know, whatever, and then it's like, I can't handle it, and they move you.
I don't think I'd be too afraid to say that.
I don't.
Well, we definitely don't want you sitting there.
Well, I don't
I mean,
respect
like-
that. I don't respect that person.
See, that's why I wouldn't say it because I
Even if you know you can't,
As a
because it's never
businessman-
going to
Just
happen
lie.
anyway. Yeah,
As
yeah.
a
Just sit
businessman-
there and take it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Your respect in business means more to me than my life or anybody on that plane. So I'd lie.
So the
Because I don't
only-
want to sit next to you as a businessman, and I'm a businessman, and she's like, "Little Danny, can you handle this?" And I'm like, "My arms are too weak." Like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
only
I've
time
done it a
I've
million
seen
times.
that is like some old Meemaw got sat there just because of random, like seat
Yeah.
assignments, and she was like, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable with doing
I don't
this."
feel comfortable
yeah.
doing it either. I'm weak.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
a
the
very
only
weak
time
person.
I've seen it happen.
Just leave that old meme on there. I'll run her over when I'm Listen,
It
by
won't
the
even matter.
Here's most likely we're all dead. But in the off chance that we land in the water or we need to run off that, I'll run over
I'll
that
ride
meme
that that old lady's corpse to the beach.
Yeah, I'll pick her up and put her aside, or push her out the door, whatever. I'll help her.
No.
Yeah,
I'll use her as a raft.
but-
As random like side gig money, like back in the day, I was part of the thing where they were testing out like the emergency protocol. So we got to sit on the airplane and then whatever. I got to jump down that inflatable slide.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
It's so
I
much,
just asked you that.
it's
Remember?
fun.
I just asked Tom if we knew. Do you think? Remember that? That was like a couple weeks ago. I asked you if you think there's anybody in our listening area that has ever gone down the yellow slide, and
Yeah.
you said no. Everybody died.
Now, well,
he did it as
asterisk,
a.
yeah. It was a
like
test
exercise.
I know,
correct.
but
It
I'm
was-
saying an emergency
Yeah, everybody's
situation.
dead.
yeah, I don't think you know anyone that was, Sully was flying them in the Hudson, and they have to.
Did you go into
float out.
the water?
But you know,
No, it was on land. Like the whole point was they wanted to make sure that the protocols and like the instructions made
That's
sense and
seriously
worked.
one of the coolest things you've ever done.
sometimes, but sometimes
I want to hug you right now.
like
Aw.
they'll like eject those slides even if there's like smoke in the plane and like on the tarmac still they'll like eject it.
Eject the slide.
yeah, like so
For fun.
So even if it's just like a small electrical
Put the
fire
smoke in the slides.
that's not even that big of a deal, but it causes like it fills like the plane up with a little bit of smoke. They'll like so there are people that have ridden those slides.
Y'all ever been on a plane with a little bit of smoke? Ooh, that'll pucker
Yes,
you up.
I have.
It
That'll
reminds
get you.
me of your friends who were EMTs, and it's like, oh, got to cut your shirt off.
Yeah,
They just
well, you
use
gotta do
any excuse.
I
you
think
gotta-
about that every time I'm having a panic attack after tooting. I'm like, I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
having a heart attack.
yeah, they'll give
I'm not
you the
having a heart
EKG.
attack. I know Tom's friends will cut my shirt off.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you're
And at this
prime
point,
cutting the
people are
shirt
so horny they'll cut any shirt off.
Trav ain't stopping him. Trav will be
No.
like, okay.
He's like, I want to see him too.
yeah, because you're like, this person's a doctor.
So-
they are not
They
a
are not a
doctor. they got a couple semesters of training.
I know. I saw them at the concert. They have no idea what to do when someone has a goddamn
But they know how to cut the
head
shirt off. I'll tell you
trauma.
that. Some of the finest shirt cut I ever seen has
My
been in
God,
concerts.
man.
So I may have said this story before, and if I have, then
If
just
you, if you have, then your bid
chalk
is
me up
canceled.
as chalk me up as a Tom. But one of my favorite anger moments of all time at an airport was I was going through security, and this again D-head businessman was wanting to go through the scanner but holding his wallet. And they were
Oh,
like,
I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
no, because instead of putting it on the conveyor belt or whatever, and he was doing the whole, it's like, I've flown so many, like, when you say I've done this or I've flown so many times or I'm a 1,000,000-mile flyer, like, I immediately know you're an awful person. But he's like, I can just hold it above my head. And security's like, no, we are making you put it on the belt. So he gets,
I think he's right on this one.
so he gets really angry because he's doing the whole, it's like, I've flown all the time. He unzips my bag, which was a black rolling case.
and he pulled out all your dildos.
And he shoved his wallet in my bag instead of his brown duffel bag. So they weren't even similar.
Ah,
And so when he did that, and I'm going through, I'm like, hey, he put his stuff in my bag. And so TSA like did the like big gasping sign. They're like, sir, you just opened up someone else's bag. We're going to need you to step out of line. He yelled out the biggest GD I have ever heard in my life to
I
a
like
point
that.
where, like, you know how sometimes some airports have like the people with the
Or did he
rifles
just
and
go,
stuff?
Yeah.
No, he said that.
Homeland Security, yeah.
Yeah, he said the whole thing, and people with rifles ran over because they thought
Oh.
like he was yelling something and
Right.
was about to whatever. And it was all
Somebody put
and
his
then
phone in the dildo bag.
He started like yelling at TSA as if they made him open my bag, even though again my bag looks nothing like his, and that it was their fault that my bag. He put his wallet and stuff. He goes, "Do you know what would have happened if I lost my wallet?" And I'm
In that bag of dildos.
again, not to keep saying the same thing over and over, but doesn't he realize that like causing a scene is just going to cause him to be delayed more? Like,
in his mind, he thinks by doing that, he
He's
will
not
get.
even thinking.
No.
You
Yeah.
guys are
No.
thinking too much into it.
Yeah.
He's not thinking.
I'm
All
not.
he's thinking is,
No.
God damn it,
I'm
I
right there
have to
with him.
stand here longer now.
I think
Yeah.
in
I
his-
had a guy. Do you remember the flight when I was coming back from the Dominican Republic and it was with Maisie and we were so tired? And that guy stood up like to get off the plane. He like muscled his way in front of us down the aisle.
yeah.
And it made me mad because we were tired and we just want to get off the plane. And he like smushed into me and smushed into Maisie because we're just trying to get out in order.
Yeah.
So I proceeded to take my bag down and I put it narrow in the aisle. And I ran this bag into this fat ass's shoes 100 times as hard as I could, leaving. I'm like, I'm gonna beat this fat ass's. The back of his heels had so much like beat up skin. I'm gonna beat this person's heels to death.
As they should.
It felt awesome, dude. You
I
should
think
try it sometime.
The only thing that
he deserved every second of it.
that they are thinking is if I yell loud enough, I'm going to get my way because they don't want to deal with confrontation. They don't want to deal with my yelling. So I'm going to be able to succeed getting through.
You're a tall guy. You could stand up and scare some people, I think.
Well, first off, I knew that Homeland Security was going to tackle his ass, which was going to be fantastic.
But also, like, doesn't all of society realize, like, you start effing around in the airport or planes?
You would
like,
think.
Well,
Well,
like, they in
Tom,
society, they'll drag you out with the bloody nose of the plane.
Yeah.
And then guess what happens? Nothing will happen
he's
except
a
we're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
and society's going to be like, hey, you effed around on a
It doesn't
plane.
help
like,
you.
I think we all, like, are fine with any sort of force being taken on a plane and them taking it seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're all like, hey,
Yeah,
I
if you're
don't
screwing
want...
around, yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
best videos I've seen is like a lady, and she was like, I don't know, worked for the governor's office or the mayor's office, I don't know, somewhere, and she was just being a huge bitch and it's like, I don't want to sit next to this screaming baby, and the flight attendant's like, I'm sorry, we can move you, like, you know, we can't do anything. And she was like, well, what's your name and what's your, you know, badge number or whatever? It's like, you're not going to have a job tomorrow, like, to the flight attendant. So the flight attendant,
Those are my
What
favorites.
the
so the
hell?
flight attendant's like, you're off this plane, like, we're kicking you out.
Whoa.
And then
Nice.
immediately she's like, no, I'm so sorry, I'm
Get
so
that
sorry,
bitch
I'm
outta
like,
here.
I have to be on this flight, I can't miss it, whatever.
Too
And then
Please, sir.
and then the next day, like, her name was removed from the governor's website, like, as an employee,
damn.
and she was immediately fired because it was all caught on camera. You
Oh,
know what I
damn.
mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it was such the best. Like, oh, you get what you deserve.
There is a phenomenon that happened directly after COVID that I've been told multiple times by a flight attendant that's in my family that she's like, I don't know what it is. I think like COVID caused everybody to be like, man, what if I can't travel again in the future? Like, I got to spend my savings and go out there and do something, like,
Yeah.
and she said there are more, like, she could tell that people are flying for the first time or don't know etiquette or like,
yeah.
are, going out there and
New people in the sky.
I think people
planes are
also got,
full of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
got stir crazy too. So I think they were just like, I don't know how to handle myself
Yeah.
around people anymore.
And the crazy people are out flying.
Yeah.
They
Think of how
normally.
many people get up there and have a freak out.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
for
freak
those
out,
of us that
the
have
D-heads.
legitimate, like, fear of flying.
I'm
like,
doing my first international flight next month, and I'm freaking out.
nah, you'll be fine.
Where
but,
to?
like,
Ireland.
Oh, okay. Direct?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Listen,
Yeah, I think you'll be good.
It's a weird bell curve. It's like really short flights or really long flights are great. It's those mid, just flying across the country flights that are
You
the
fly a
crazy
ton,
ones.
and you
All
fly
right.
a lot of mid-flights.
Yeah, well, and I don't mean that in terms of safety. I mean in terms of crazy people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going international nonstop there, you're not going to have a bunch
Should
of
be
crazy
nice and-
people on your
nice
flight.
and
Yeah.
chill.
So,
yeah, now here's some.
Just drink on the plane.
I'm gonna
I don't
throw out
drink.
some compliments to the
To me?
anxiety men out there, and Daniel's
Hey.
like this too.
I'm one of those guys.
And when I go use the bathroom on flights, I see them like sitting because they're usually sitting and they're not watching anything. They are like stone, like frozen in fear.
Making sure I don't spray puke everywhere. I have to hold it in. I have to stare dead center to blank
Yes,
screen
and
until
then-
we land.
I'm
And then-
barely breathing.
Yeah.
And then they're staring
I'm
at.
super efficient with my breathing too.
know-
No, I get really efficient.
I'm like,
You know the map
Yeah.
where you could see the plane or where it's at? They're
That's what I watch.
They're staring at that.
yes.
Just
Where are we?
Yeah, making
Can we
sure
get there faster?
the plane doesn't explode or
Yeah,
whatever they're
yeah.
Well,
worried
if I
about.
saw it explode on the screen, I'd be like, "Oh my god,
Is that me?
guys!"
And the greatest part of it is they're suffering in silence. So listen, people have to deal with their own issues, whatever. Just sit there and suffer in
just sit there
silence.
Yeah.
quietly.
Frozen. Don't do what other like you don't.
Yeah. I don't
cause
act like a D-head.
scene,
I'm not mean to people.
freak out.
In fact, when I'm hyper scared, I'm extra nice to everybody. Right?
Yeah,
I'm
just
in like a. I'm like.
frozen in fear.
I've frozen in fear, homeostasis of fear.
Yeah.
I've reached like a nirvana of fear, scarevana.
Yeah. So just do that. I don't know what the impulse is to start causing scenes or being mean
They
to people.
can't even control it.
But they're
I
not
know,
afraid.
I know.
They're
Yeah.
not afraid of anything.
Well,
You're
yeah,
one of
but
those guys.
I think the
you just
people
don't have the D-head gene.
That are causing the scenes aren't the ones that are anxiety ridden. I think they're just the ones that they got other issues going on.
There could be some other mental.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I don't think it's anxiety that's causing these people to do
Some
the
of it,
freakouts.
I think, but yeah.
Well,
probably not
sometimes
most
the
of it.
anxiety causes them to take some of the pills, whatever.
Now
they
it's
got.
mushrooms, right? Don't we have a
Some
lot
Xanax.
of...
It's not real.
Yeah, what happened to her?
She was.
It's mushrooms, right? Everybody's taking mushrooms before they
I
get
don't
on
think
the
it was
flight.
mushrooms. I think she was drunk and she doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah,
Probably.
because she
The
tried to
classic
save herself.
Full Zanny bar, some
Yeah.
drinks at the bar. Like
Yeah.
that'll cause you to. I remember in college, like
You'll just talk nonsense.
all of a sudden your consciousness or your reality
You're
shuts
blacked
off.
out awake.
Yeah, you're blacked
Yes,
out awake.
blacked out awake.
And then now you're operating on some sort of different brain.
You've seen me like that.
yeah, you're
He's
bla-
pulled me through
I've seen
airports
multiple
like that.
people like
Yeah,
that.
He's pulled me through an airport before, and I'll stand there and I'm talking to everybody like I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's.
But then something could change, and you're violent at some point. You're trying to open the door during a flight. And
I
that's
thought this was the bathroom.
I'm too scared to do that though.
yeah.
I will say,
I don't even go to the bathroom on the plane.
really.
That's how scared you
No,
are?
that's how scared I am.
Oh,
I don't get
man.
up.
That makes me sad.
Well,
you
okay.
gotta go to the
I'm
bathroom.
gonna have to wear a diaper to Ireland.
you and I are tall, and I hate the fact that the airplane bathrooms
Never
have,
been in.
have that sloped ceiling,
Oh, it's cozy
which
in
I
there.
That
don't.
sucks.
I don't get it because it's like if at least for guys, when you stand up to pee, like my forehead is hitting the ceiling because
down.
of how sloped it is. You of all people should know in a public restroom,
I always
sitting down.
You
I
is-
hover.
always take because of nervous belly. Almost every plane flight I've been on with you, namely, I take a humongous
no.
beer can turn. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
Oh,
a
God.
mega Xanax poop.
I've never pooped in an airplane
Oh.
ever.
Every airplane I've been
Mile-high
in. I
poop.
think I've pooped in every airplane I've been in because I have such a nervous stomach.
I always wonder who's pooping in
I
here.
wait till we get like when they go.
Who's pooping?
You'll get one of these. Like we'll be up there, and I've already got a couple drinks in me. The Xanax starts to hit. I'm starting to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? And then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go.
The captain has said nothing.
And then I get up, and then I take my seatbelt off, and then I go in there, and I'm like, I sit down. I'm high on Xanax. Takes a long time to poop because I'm high on Xanax.
The weirdest part is it's a smooth ride the entire time, and then I go to the bathroom, and that's when turbulence hits. And that's when I'm just like, I'm sitting there, and I'm, again, not just peeing everywhere, but then hitting my head on that sloped ceiling,
Yeah.
trying to wash my hand. It's awful.
It's shakier in the back too. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, like it's more.
You ever
although-
sat next by the bathroom? Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah. I've sat in the last row many
too,
times.
There are
Yeah.
some planes where there's one bathroom up front, like near
Yeah.
the cockpit. But you know when you stand up and you start walking towards it, people are like, what is he up to? What's that person
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Are they going to
I
storm
do
the
that
Capitol?
anytime anybody stands up on a plane. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Especially
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
have
Terrified.
a beard.
I don't get that because I'm the most generic white guy you've ever seen.
You don't.
So generic white guy is
That
not
is true.
suspicious at all. Like
Yeah.
I said, look at that dirt.
You're
he looked-
suspicious as hell to me, dude.
Like that guy could
Y'all
fly
the
a
ones that
plane.
commit the most crimes.
No, but, yeah,
But not
you're-
on a plane.
You're using logic. I'm saying emotion. You get up there and you're anything else but generic
Yeah,
white guy. And especially
You're profiling like a mug.
if you got anything on your head.
yeah. You're like,
any-
that's an interesting hat choice.
anything like the people
What
are
is that?
profiling you.
You and hats, man.
I'm just saying.
That's how he
Too
figures
many hats.
That's how he figures out what country he's in.
People are profiling
What kind of hat
you.
do you have on?
Yeah, he's looking
I can
around.
tell what country you're from by what hat you
Wow,
have.
I must be in Obama land.
You have any flowing type of thing on, they're profiling.
Flowing?
I'm saying
Yeah.
is if it's flowy.
Yeah.
If
I gotta double check your sarong. I'm like, is
Yeah,
that a sarong?
If you got some dad jeans and a tucked in polo,
Yeah, like, all right.
they're
Well,
like that guy can fly the plane.
And I
It's
mean,
fine.
you know, because obviously you have family in the industry, but flight attendants, from just my conversations with them, they judge people immediately based on what they come on,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The plane.
and they're always right.
Well, but not just that, but even like
they tell me they're like,
Yeah.
I judge a book by its cover, always right. I'm like, I know you are.
even D-head businessmen. You know what I mean? That's why, like, I try to come on. I will say the blue hair helps because the blue hair, they immediately like, oh, I like your hair. We get in conversation. I goof around with them.
Yeah.
I get free. Like,
They're not intimidating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do a lot of actions to try to be nice to them. One, because their job is hell. But two, it gets me free drinks a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Because like
Alright.
that's how they end up like rewarding you or saying thank you. Like,
I would get that a lot for announcing, and I do this, and it would make you uncomfortable. But especially if it were like someone that I felt I could chirp with. Not all flight attendants, is that what they're called? Flight? Yeah. Not all flight attendants are like
I prefer
chirpers.
stewardesses.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. That's how I'm double checking. But like, I would say immediately, I'd be like, "Hey, thank you so much. I'm a nervous flyer, And I just appreciate what you guys are doing. Just by saying that, they're like, remember they sneak us extra beers. They're like extra nice to you when you let them know that you're scared.
When I like yelled at that guy who was interrupting the flight attendant and stuff, and I was like, come on, just let her do her job or whatever. She kind of like, as she was passing by, mouthed thank you. I ordered
Meet me in the bathroom.
All right.
Hey, blue hair. Let's see if it's blue down there.
Do you dye it down
Manscaped.
Hey.
I'll just
there? He
say
is
that.
trying to take my job.
Tom and Dan 20. Tom and Dan 20. If you have
Promo code.
If you have
Wait, do you do it like Tom?
If you have hideously horrible blue pubic hair,
He does,
yeah,
doesn't he?
it's called the Marge
pervert.
Simpson.
That's
No.
that's what I do that perverts do.
No.
That's the only thing.
I'll fully admit I don't care, but
That and look at your Facebook vacation photos.
Yeah.
So
I'll be
that-
doing that. I'll be doing that later today.
Yeah.
Remember that time
I
Tom
love that
logged
song.
into my Facebook and saw all my messages?
I know.
Yeah, no, I
he read them
didn't.
all. He was
no,
on there
it
for
was
a
still
hot
logged
minute.
in. I just
You know what's
went.
funny? It's the only time he's taken his computer to the bathroom.
No. I logged immediately out. I was gonna do that. I had a haggis pie and my stomach hurt. So I did
boy.
Tiffany, but I didn't.
Yeah, he did
he
want to.
blames it on the haggis pie.
He did want to leave. Like your what is Samantha doing now? He wanted to leave something to allude to you
That
having
you
horrible diarrhea.
Yeah. I did that to Tiffany one time, and she left her Facebook open. I just said I had haggis pie, and now
my tummy hurt.
my tummy hurt. It's just funny for girls to like admit on social media they have
they have
diarrhea.
diarrhea,
I don't know.
Girls with
That was
diarrhea
the only
is funny.
thing I could think of. Anyway,
I had a friend who
That was also the sweetest pranking you've ever done to somebody.
Yeah.
My tummy hurts. That's it.
Yeah, well, he's a different man
Yeah,
then.
yeah. I get you. If
He's
you
a
say,
businessman
if
now.
you're
He's
like,
cold.
I just sprayed
I'm blowing up the bathroom.
yeah, that's true. They wouldn't know. So I thought
the haggis pie though, like I think is the key phrase. there.
It's so ridiculous.
So it's
Why-
Manscaped chat room saying promo code Haggis Pie.
yeah, put that one in.
No, and I'll fully
I
admit
don't
it. Like,
care.
so I
God damn, Tom.
I'll say I'll go the
Man.
rate of Tom and just go full Bic only because
You
of,
bick it?
only because of laziness.
Oh,
only
that's
because
not
of laziness.
lazy.
No, it's
It's off-putting when you
No.
get the oily sheen after fresh doing it. It's not good.
no, I'm just saying I do that because I don't want to have to like
And then you get
constantly
ingrowns.
maintain
You
it.
get little red
No.
ingrowns with whiteheads on
No,
them.
not
and
if
then
you
you
do it right.
scratch them while you're sleeping.
I
if
like
you
when
do
my
it.
whole pappus is red dots.
I call that the French burnt peanut.
Oh,
Oh my
Does anybody know?
God.
You guys remember French burnt peanuts?
Do
My
not.
mom used to love. It's a candy coated nut. It's look it
Circus
up.
peanuts?
No, you don't know what a French burnt
No,
peanut is?
I've never heard of those.
I know
No, it's
Sam.
I've heard you make that joke before.
Yeah.
That Jimmy's
What are
head looks like
these?
that.
They're delicious, dude. If
What
you've
is
never,
it?
they're delicious.
Candy-coated peanuts.
They're delicious. They're amazingly good,
Wait,
but they look horrible. They look like red acne balls.
Is that-
They do. They look disgusting.
Is it similar to like Boston baked beans,
Yes.
like the candy?
French.
Hold on. So are they peanuts that are
Burnt.
coated? Is that like
Yeah.
I've had coated like
Think M&Ms,
sugar.
but without chocolate.
Yeah, here
But they're
they
like
are.
lumpy
They look like
bumpy.
raspberries, dude.
Yeah, they do look like raspberries a little bit.
They look like.
Well, what's the
They
coating?
look like little polyps.
I honestly have no
Oh,
idea
gross.
what they're
Those
coated.
got cut out of my husband.
I think it's just it's the candy coating like you would have on M&Ms. It's just without the chocolate.
They're absolutely freaking
it says
delicious.
it is the granddad of the Boston baked beans.
Ooh.
They're delicious, dude. They're addicting, and
the Boston baked bean.
is a peanut roasted peanut.
Boston baked beans is a candy
Yeah.
that looks like baked beans, but it's just candy coated
It
peanuts.
says the
Oh, I have
difference
no
is
idea.
the French burnt peanut, or what they call the FBP,
you know me.
That's how the kids say
has
it.
spikes and a rustic coating, while
Yeah.
the BBB, Boston baked bean, has a smooth, shiny outer coating.
Boston baked
so they look
beans
uglier, but
is
they're
a
kind of the
candy
same.
you would find at like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, but French burnt peanuts. When I was a kid, my
Never
dad
seen
is
these.
my dad. Come here, boy. I got you some French burnt peanuts. And
Never
Where do you
heard of
find
that.
them?
Yeah, I've never heard of
he
them.
gave me like, hey, eat a few of these when you're playing with your wagon wheel.
Two Moves podcast.
Is that still going on?
We're having a lot of issues with our website and stuff.
First it was Sam, now the moves.
You didn't pay GoDaddy. Yeah, I know sometimes. Yeah.
Well, I've also been on the road for so long, so it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to be one of
He's
the.
been a GoDaddy.
GoDaddy's
Oh,
really
yeah.
moofing your ass.
So that's it.
Ew.
That's it.
What?
It's done, isn't it?
Oh,
Just say it.
That's why he's
Yeah.
trying to get this job.
Yeah, just say it. Just say it.
I got to supplement my income somehow.
Oh,
no,
promo code no more moves 20.
You want a Manscaped sponsorship?
Yeah, you want a sponsor?
I'll take it.
Yeah. They won't give it to you. Won't even give it to us.
Yeah, sorry.
Also, that is the most seductive Tom's ever been like.
I like your blue hair, huh?
All right, let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Got it. All right. What's up, Dan? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Dan?
Hey.
How you doing? Where's that guy singing?
That's Wednesday 3 and 4. Wednesday.
I suddenly want some
Where are we putting Dan at?
burnt peanuts now.
I forgot.
Maybe next Tuesday 3. I'm gonna ask him if we
Okay.
need to promote anything this weekend or when, because we can.
It's a Southern dad
Thursday.
thing, yeah, for sure. Oh, I love your shoes, dude.
Thanks, man. Yeah, new pair.
So good to see you, man. How you been?
You've heard the Orlando Magic song that they play, like Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys sing along in your podcast, I'm always thinking Semantics Podcast.
Nah.
Semantics, and it's like, God dang it.
We're going to a Magic game soon.
There's a game tonight.
It's not tonight.
If it's Pride Night, that's on the 19th.
I'll have to ask Trev. I don't think I
It's
see it.
Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday is Pride Night, which is great.
It is next Tuesday.
Hey, I'll be working it.
We'll be there.
Okay, let me know. I'll be up doing the LEDs and stuff, but let me know.
Okay.
And I love it because, the DeVosses are dickheads, but it's like, hey, all gay. I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't think I knew it was Pride Night, so now I gotta figure out my outfit.
Let me know if Trav wants to borrow any gay magic stuff, because I have a bunch.
Okay.
So I know that sounds really weird to say, but you get it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well,
It's good seeing you.
good to see you too. And I'm gonna miss you on the show.
I'll be around.
No, but I'm serious. I got a red denim from Express, and I swear to God, that's exactly what that. So, like,
I think I got these from Shein.
Adios.
Bye.
Should I just email Dan for future
Mhm.
things? Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't think we met Kenny, but I've been to Kenny.
Yeah, I would say you look super familiar.
I'm like, well, you see someone with blue hair.
How's it going, man?
Cafe to FG, so.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for today, dude. Appreciate your help,
Yeah, man.
and I will see you online.
Indeed. Have a good rest of your day, guys.
See you, Kenny. Oh my God, I don't have my glasses on when I came around the corner and I saw your head was down. It looked like you had a Santa hat on.
Oh, really?
Come on in, man. We'll put you right
Squeeze
there.
my
If you want
hand.
headphones, there's some right there
Love the headphones.
for you. And just, you can go ahead and get about an inch off of that guy and just tell me if you can hear yourself.
Yep. I can't hear the hi-hat.
Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, I can't anymore. I mean, I don't really know where my hearing is at this point. I should probably go and get a good test because I think it's really good.
Yeah.
And I do take care of it more now than I used to. When I was like drumming all the time.
Yeah, it's too
and-
late for me.
Yeah, I think it probably is for me too. But I do think that I've settled into some weird thing where like I don't think all my high ends are gone because I hear some of it like in here and I have to.
Man.
Little nuanced noises, little fry, little things that are like out of phase, buzzes.
Sitting in my living room. This is literally like 2 nights ago. My girlfriend says, "The fuck is that noise?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh, you couldn't hear it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no,
And she goes, "You don't hear that?"
that's me.
So we have to get up. I get to the front door, open the door. I go, "You mean that cricket?" She goes, Yeah. I go, "Yeah, I couldn't hear that."
Yeah. See, I have it where, and I don't. It doesn't sound like standard tinnitus or anything, but like
24/7.
It's-
I'll get it every once in a while.
I get this weird thing where it's like a tone that will come in. It'll be like I'll just be sitting here.
Yep.
And then the tone will come in and it'll hit. It always starts on my left.
Mm-hmm.
It hits my left ear, and then it goes up,
Yep.
and then it transfers over the right ear, and it stays for like a couple minutes, and then it goes completely away.
Well, let me tell you, my friend. Do you get the whooshing too?
No, I don't get any whooshing.
Well, that started for me a long time ago. I don't know if we ever talked about this, but like 7 years ago, I fell off a ladder, shattered my leg.
No, I don't think we've
And,
talked about this.
Ever since then, 24/7, my ears ring,
Oh, no
non-stop.
From the injury.
Well, I hit my head a lot on the way down, like a
yeah.
cartoon character down
Oh,
the
wow.
runs of the
God,
ladder.
man, I'm glad
yeah,
you're
it was
all
great.
right.
Yeah,
Jesus.
thanks. It was like I lost like a year of my life to that accident. But it was 7 o'clock on a Friday morning. I was taking down the string of lights there in front of Cafe Da Vinci.
Yeah.
I was in a hurry. Was waiting for an AC contractor. He was going to crane up an air conditioner onto my roof.
So you're just trying to get things
And I
done.
put this ladder up there. I'm like, I got it. Ran up there, pulled on the lights. Oh, that's good. Disconnected it. And there was a tension wire. And it pulled me right off the ladder.
Oh man.
Let it go as fast as I could, but straight down, hit the ground, stood up, tried to walk it off because, that's what we do.
Yep.
And immediately fell over and looked down, and my foot was over here.
Oh god
It
damn.
was just like, oh, shit. I was all by myself.
I'm fucking around on ladders a lot, and then I often think if I fell off this thing, I'd be. It'd fuck
I
me
was
up. Like,
fearless until that moment in time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I used to do tree work when I was young.
yeah.
I did tree work, and so I was kind of fearless with ladders. And then now I bought a scissor lift. Like, you don't catch me on a ladder anymore for nothing.
Yeah. Because like one tiny thing.
Almost all bar owners I know because they're like, fuck ladders.
Something's
We're
happening.
out. It's all. We'll save for the scissor lift. I don't care what it takes. We'll take it alone, whatever it takes.
I always think like when the ladder, especially like a regular like extension ladder
Yep.
that's leaned
The
up against
worst.
something, I think if that thing slid out from under me, not only would I fall, but I'd be caught up in the goddamn ladder, and so this thing, like I'm gonna fall with my full weight, and some of my feet are gonna be through the rungs, and then that it's like
Yeah,
it's gonna
man.
hurt.
It was
It's
brutal.
gonna hurt.
It was brutal. It was
And
brutal.
and then the tinnitus. My wife deals with tinnitus all the time, and it's miserable for her. Like, and there's like times where it gets worse and better,
yeah.
and she's had to learn to
Did
meditate
that
through
happen
it.
after the skating rink thing? Where she fell?
No,
Okay.
that was part of it. That was like it hurt her jaw, and then then tinnitus was later.
Well, that's what I'm
and,
saying. Like,
you know,
even things with the jaw can lead to
Yeah,
like
sure,
tinnitus
sure
and
can.
stuff.
Sure can.
so it's just
It's
like
all connected.
Sometimes I can't even hear the television. Like I'm sitting
so
there
loud,
and it'll
yeah.
just start to get so loud. And that's when it really, you have to try to figure out a way to
mentally block
block it and go someplace else because it will drive you crazy.
It starts driving you crazy. That's how she describes it. It's like you become really good at finding some peace in your mind
Yeah.
while it's going on, and then she talks to other people that deal with tinnitus, and there's a whole subgroup of our society
Oh, yeah.
that deals with tinnitus all over Facebook pages
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
And it's a debilitating.
I'm just grabbing a file real quick.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
I love mushrooms,
yeah.
psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah.
I like to microdose them in small amounts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's awesome.
And when I do, everything is fine. Everything is great.
No
the next
shit.
day, my ears ring louder
Really?
than they did the day before.
Huh.
For one day. I think that's something, because they say tinnitus is in your brain, not your ears.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole science behind it.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you, it's taken. I'm dealing with it for 7 years now, and it's still hard.
Shit, Tom,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your
Every
wife some
day.
mushrooms. Maybe help her with her tinnitus.
No, but it makes it worse than him.
No, but
Yeah.
just keep taking it every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
The last
Yeah.
one we did for Wednesday was at 3 and 4 or 1 and 2.
With Kenny, it was 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm just trying to get ahead of something with that new workflow because if I don't, then I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah.
waiting forever to do this. Okay, we're ready when you are, buddy.
Cool.
So cool for this to come out next Tuesday?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay, got that good to go. Let me make sure his camera is good.
Camera hates me.
No, you actually look really good in it, man.
The
It's
camera
funny.
hates me.
You wore the right shirt, right? So
Oh,
you pop.
yeah, I didn't even think about it.
You pop really
Look at me.
good. Look, it's all framed up good.
Framed
You
up.
look good, man. You look muscly.
Thank you. Not bad for 50,
Yeah,
huh?
hell yeah.
Look, I
You're
just
doing
turned
good.
50 in November.
I mean,
Wow.
when you look like I'm becoming a garden gnome, and that is what I'm gonna grow my beard out for October. And
You might as well.
I talked with Maisie, and Maisie's like, that would be funny. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a really nice garden gnome costume. That way I can just get a big beard and I'm cool.
That's legit.
All right, dude.
Yep.
Why don't you do it? Here we go.
All right.
3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. With us in studio, our friend and longtime sponsor,
Yes, sir.
Dan Reed from Cafe Da Vinci DeLand. How you doing, Dan?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great.
Cafe Da Vinci.
Cafe Da Vinci.
What I have labeled as the best and greatest date night place to go in all of our bar partners.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the
Thanks,
date
man.
night place.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Because it's so
Beautiful
pretty.
courtyard.
It's so pretty.
It is.
Also,
Especially at night, you're standing out there and the music's playing.
And a lot of people don't think about the business behind like a venue space that brings in musicians all the time. The longer they're in business, the more they have it, the more relationships they make, and the better acts come through. Like
Yes.
Dan's
Same
been
for
doing
comedy club, same
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you have to have a rapport as
It takes a while to
Yes.
build, like, so that's why Cafe Da Vinci has so many great acts coming through, because you've been in business so long, you developed all the relationships.
We are in our 12th year.
Wow. You know,
Crazy.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Congrats.
and so let's talk about some upcoming shows, because I know
Certainly.
you got a lot.
Well, let's see. Thursday, March 21st is the return of Afro Man.
Got
our
a
good
lot of people
buddy.
been asking about
this
that
is the
show.
number one.
It is 21 and up.
It is
And I don't
21
want to
up.
disparage Afro Man in any way, but I will say that in my personal opinion, I think you've had a lot of musicians that I would, just my opinion, are greater draws, bigger names,
no doubt.
maybe more heralded,
No
maybe
doubt.
more legendary, but this is the ticket that our listeners are emailing me and begging. They're like, can you get us tickets? Can you get us tickets?
They are not expensive, guys. Just go
snag
to
'em.
cafedavincideland.com and click on the tickets right
Just-
there. $15 in advance.
It is weird.
It is a very, very, very reasonably priced ticket.
Well, especially like nowadays, like Afro Man, because I got high, was like, you know, I understand
It's
why
nostalgic, yeah.
why it got so popular.
And he's
but,
had a B12 shot with all the
Now you got the
Oh,
lemon
yeah.
pound cake.
Yeah.
but nowadays, like I feel like getting high is so readily available, and like we got medical marijuana here, and like a lot of states are recreational at this point. It's like marijuana is nothing, and it doesn't have the same taboo, whatever. But still,
Everybody
Afro
still
Man
loves him.
holds that allure of
Yeah.
like, oh, he's because I got a high
100%.
guy. Like it's still just as popular, and he does stay in the news, you know, with his house getting raided. We've talked about him multiple times, so
He's just that guy.
yeah, it's
It's-
just you know.
He's that guy. And you know what's funny? I met him the first time he played for us, and it's got to have been, I think this will be his 5th or 6th time there. And somehow, some way, we became friendly. You know,
Okay,
we text
yeah.
throughout the year. He texts whenever there's a hurricane. He'll check in to make sure I'm okay, which is the funniest thing ever.
Really?
It's really funny.
Mr. Dan? Are you okay, Mr. Dan?
Hurricane Irma's coming. You gotta text. Oh, Afro Man's checking on me.
I'll tell you that. I'll do my best one here. So he calls me Isaac Hayes because he says I look like the white Isaac Hayes.
Holy crap!
I know.
I
and so
totally
he goes,
see that. That
he'll
was
call
my
me
first
up.
record as a kid. That was my first record as a kid. Isaac Hayes, the
He
theme
calls
from
me up. He
Chat.
says, Isaac, baby, what's happening? And I'm like, hey, what's up, dude?
I was
know, and
gonna
he's
go
just,
Captain
he's
Spaulding,
so
but
funny.
I can see that.
Remind me before I leave, I was Captain Spaulding for Halloween.
That makes
It was
sense.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's Afro Mets next Tuesday, March 21st. Tickets are only $15 in advance. I could
that'll be a fun
certainly
time.
leave a pair of tickets here for you guys to give away to somebody if you're
I
so
would love
inclined.
if you have them to spare. I don't want to take any money away, but man,
I'm
We're
happy.
gonna fight for that. I don't know how you guys are gonna give that away.
How about 2 pair then? 2 pair. I'll leave 2
Okay.
pairs of tickets. 4
I mean,
tickets.
yeah, all right.
We'll do that.
we
all
can
right?
do something fun.
That's great.
We'll give the tickets to the person that gets the most high.
How do we prove that?
You have to send us a video.
Nothing can be
Post
done.
it in the BDM group. Post it.
Yeah, I'll just look at you like, not
high enough.
Keep going.
Oh my goodness. So this isn't really a show, but it's our first time doing it, and I've heard other places have done it. They've been great. So April 4th is also a $15 ticket. We're doing a Taylor Swift inspired Through the Eras dance party.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool,
that,
man.
you know, Sam will probably be there
That'll be
apparently.
fun.
Well, I mean, like people love that. I mean, people
They
love
do.
to be able to
They
go.
do.
It's one thing to sit and dance around your living room to it, but people like to go out, have a couple beverages,
camaraderie,
and you
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
hear it on
And
the
you
big
wanna see it.
speakers, and you want to celebrate it with your friends.
Yes, you want to be around like-minded people because you're all Swifties or Taylor Swift
Look,
fans.
everybody makes that
Swifties.
coin off Swifty. Right?
Yeah, man.
Might
I
as
mean,
well.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, why not?
She's making all the billions. Let's
Hell
get a
yeah.
couple dollars.
So how does it work? Does a DJ just play all their songs?
So there'll be a DJ up on the stage.
People
and
dress up. You
People,
know.
there's a costume contest involved.
Oh, that's
there's,
cool. You make
he does
friendship
Yeah, there you go.
bracelets, yeah.
So-
All right, okay.
Clearly, Sam knows what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Okay,
you do
all right.
all the stuff. You know, like I mean, if it's a theme, fun thing to do,
Yeah.
I've even seen some girls do scavenger hunts before they get to the venue.
Sure. That's
crazy.
To do where the last thing is you walk into Da Vinci. I mean, there's all kinds of things online for people to do. do with the Taylor Swift thing.
Pretty excited about that. We're going to stock up on the seltzers.
All right,
Nice.
very good. So Tom will be there. He's a seltzer man.
Is your wife a Swiftie?
She, I think, likes Taylor Swift. We don't listen to it that much.
My daughter
but
is.
it comes on as I like it. It's good.
Andrea's absolutely not a Swiftie, but we all like Taylor Swift a
you
lot.
go.
Maisie's more of a Casey Musgraves. She loves
you go.
Casey Musgraves.
Like
There you
sometimes I don't even recognize that it is a Taylor Swift song, but it's a popular song
it's a
I've
good
heard
song.
before, and then I'm like, oh, it's Taylor
Can
Swift.
I blow your
there.
mind? And they're getting a lot of heat for it. I don't know if Dan knows this, but I believe it's Dragon Force does an amazing cover of Taylor Swift. And they do it like they've recorded it. They do it live. The main guys that play in Dragon Force say they love it because they have daughters, and their
That's
daughters love
great.
Taylor Swift. And it's fast. It's like crazy, man. But their purist fans are saying, why did you do that? And they're like, no, it's good music. We're going to fight you on that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I think it's cool that they did that.
That's awesome.
Before we talk about other shows, let me ask everybody here a question.
Uh-oh.
So, and like you
This
know,
could get weird, Dan.
when you go to the Taylor Swift party at Cafe Da Vinci, you are admitting to everybody, and everybody knows you're a fan of Taylor Swift.
Not
You like it.
necessarily.
It'd
You
be
could just
weird.
go for a good time.
Of course, yeah, you could, but I'm
I'm not a Swiftie. I'd go. It's fun.
But you enjoy Taylor Swift's music.
I know a couple songs.
Okay, yeah,
I
guess
wouldn't call her a fan
Okay.
at all. I think
I don't
it's just,
own any of her albums or
I
anything.
think what Sam's sort of saying is that it's the type of event that even if you're not a
Yeah.
fan,
I
you
go to
can-
a bunch of sporting events. I
true.
don't necessarily
Yeah,
have
it might
to be
be
a fan of.
easier at the Taylor because most Taylor Swift fans that I
Yeah.
know, I'm looking at you, Becca Rouse. Most of you are like really nice, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, come party, come hang. Here's a cowboy hat."
Yeah.
So, and this kind of, it's not the same thing, but there is this, like, I get embarrassed thinking of myself going to some place
And then being labeled.
and then other people knowing I'm a fan of what.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you don't want the label.
there's this convention for betting that happens every year. I listen to all the people I listen
Betting?
to.
Like bed?
No, betting like gambling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like sports betting.
That
There's
makes more sense.
There's a national
It's
sport.
Degenerate Con.
It's a national sports betting convention, and I hear people talk about it. They're like, "Oh, they go."
Annie Duke's gonna be there.
And then they invite people, like, and just regular people can go, not only like content providers, but just
with
like fans of
signings
sports
by
betting.
Annie Duke, the old man,
And-
Dusty Bottoms.
And it's in Vegas, and I've always thought to myself, like, oh, that'd be cool to go, because I know all these people. I listen to all of them.
Why don't
and,
you
like,
go?
And because I'm embarrassed that if I show up, I'm going to be like, I'm a fan of this.
Will you sign my book, Annie Duke?
Not even that. It's just like I'm embarrassed to even be there with the other fans.
Then you're embarrassed of your true self.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Dan knows.
Aren't we all?
Dan, like Dan, whatever you're into, I feel
Oh,
like
man.
you're okay. What a band you're really into? If they had like a convention for that band, would you be a little bit embarrassed to like fly out there and
Hell
be like,
no, I'd be all about it.
Yeah,
Sam's
Sam's
definitely
fun.
Sam's that girl.
But Sam's fun.
Yeah.
Like, this is anti-fun, admitting that you're like, I'm here to celebrate with my
What about all the Tom and
comrades.
Dan listeners that show up? There's
Yeah.
people that fly in, people that come on the cruises.
I know.
from
Yeah,
out
I
of
know.
state.
He hates those
That's
people.
it. No. I like, you know,
He just can't do it.
I admire.
They got tattoos.
Yes, I admire their dedication to fun
It's
and
just not
having
you.
fun.
You wish you had that.
Yes, yeah.
okay.
It's a jealousy thing. Like I won't go because I'm embarrassed to show that I like something.
You know what this
that's
is sort of
weird.
too?
So
This-
weird.
You know what this
Yeah.
is sort of too? It's kind of like the birthday gift I got him with the one wheel. He was never gonna do. You know that was never gonna happen, right?
No.
He was never gonna get a new one wheel.
So
You're right.
what that tells me is we have to force Tom to come out with us to these things. So
But I
maybe
mean-
we should
Dude,
take
I
him to the
would
Swifty
ta-
dance
I would
party.
take
But I'm
you-
embarrassed the whole time.
I would take you
Nah,
to that
you'll
convention.
forget
I
about
would
it.
take
You'll
you
have
to the
fun.
Gamble Con or whatever.
I don't
want
wanna
to
go.
Gamble Con.
I would go to that with you.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't
I'll
want
just go do something else during the day, and you can go to all the panels, and you can go meet all your famous gambler friends. I would go that. I would do that for you.
But I don't want to do that. And, like I want to go.
Oh, you want to
He wants the wine.
You see what I'm saying?
want to
Like I want to be able to go and be there and like talk to other like-minded gamblers and then
But
talk
you
to
don't.
talk to the people I listen to. Like, hey, big fan of your show. I listen to every episode. I've listened to every episode for 3 years
Fantasy
great.
footballers,
Yeah,
right?
fantasy. You know, all this, like, and I want to be able to go up to talk to them, and they'd be like, "Hey, thanks for listening." They'd just be like me. I know they'd
Yeah,
appreciate
they'd be
it. Yeah, and we'd all have fun.
Let's go
and
do it.
Don't want to do it. I want to do it. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I want
No, it's
Dan,
okay.
Let's get back.
No, it's
sorry,
okay.
Dan.
I'm pulling up my notes for the next one. While
Oh,
we were
okay.
going through it. I wasn't getting bored and texting my friends. Oh my God, these guys won't shut up.
Ah.
I came in here to talk about Da Vinci. They're going off something crazy.
That doesn't bother me because every guest, when they're sitting there and I'm talking, I assume they're bored. I'm usually right.
Dan went to GambleCon in his mind.
I'm over here making sports bets.
I know it doesn't make any sense because I'm interviewing you and now I'm talking about some totally random thought I had.
I know I'm interviewing you, but I'm talking about me.
Yeah. It's too much you. I gotta
this is the
put
best
in me
thing
a little
ever.
bit. Anyway,
All
sorry.
right, what else do we have here?
Oh man! All right, so I'm just going in chronological order. So,
Yes,
April 6th is the DeLand Craft Beer Festival. Everybody's
wow.
everybody's favorite event, right?
Man, I
and
got
what do you-
really too drunk at that
Oh.
one. Don't
You know-
do that. Just go and be responsible. But man, there was the time, I think I told you this. I went down there and didn't know what was happening. I had something going on. And it was, and you know where you wander, and it happens in DeLand a lot.
All the
Like
time.
you'll go downtown DeLand, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm in a pet fair." You don't
Yeah,
even know
yeah.
it's happening, and then you're like, you just happen to be. So Andrew and I went down there. This craft beer deal was going on, and I just went nuts. I just had because the weather was right, and that's gonna be fun. man.
Last year was the first time in all the years that I've been there that I drank instead of worked.
Woo, you got to imbibe.
It was ugly.
Yeah, it
It was
can be.
ugly.
It can be. That's a really fun. That's a good one.
But that's so much better than working.
It really is. So I'll just give you the deets on this because they gave me notes. They gave me notes here.
Nice.
So all right. So VIP opens at 12. General admissions at 1:00.
Okay.
There's going to be over 70 breweries, 200 plus beers. Proceeds go to benefit the Main Street DeLand Association.
Love it.
Tickets are $40 in advance for general admission, $70 for VIP. There'll be live music at Cafe Da Vinci during the event with a band called Madam. And they would like for me to leave here with you 2 VIP tickets to give away to some
Oh, we
listeners.
got a lot of
Yeah,
tickets.
we got some
I know.
stuff.
We're,
And these-
they're just dropping them.
Also, I'd like to point out that I don't know who was in charge of setting the VIP price at something completely reasonable, but
Right.
well done.
All right, I figured it out.
Well done.
We'll give these tickets away to whoever can get the most drunk.
And in my,
Just send the
by,
picture.
by the way, this is how you get sued. Like,
you
if
don't
Mo
do
was
that, yeah.
listening to this, he'd be
Yeah.
screaming,
Oh, my
"Don't
God.
say that!"
What do we know he's not listening to this?
That's why I said it.
also, I have a side note here that says Daniel Jen Armstrong says hello.
Hey, Jen. I love Jen. Oh, man. I
Yeah,
haven't
she's
seen
on
her
the Main Street
forever.
DeLand Association
Oh, no
now,
way.
so
She's
she-
the best.
Yeah,
Well,
she
please
told me
give
to tell
her-
you hello.
Man, I love me some Jen Armstrong. I haven't seen her in forever. That's awesome.
All right, just a couple weeks after that, on the 25th of April, we're going to have Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that great? And with special guest, and this is important, it's the Del Clark Band, and
You
which is
didn't tell me Del Clark's on the bill.
yeah, the Del Clark Band is the opening act. I am also the front man for the Del Clark Band.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
the Del
Awesome.
Clark I know, automotive, 50s rock and roll,
That's
guitar
correct.
slinging, a flame blower of a guitar player, Del Clark. Grew up with the man. My father bought every Ford he ever purchased from Del Clark's father.
From his dad, that's
From
right.
his dad. My dad, they shook hands more than any other man I've ever seen in my life. My dad, put it here, you bought another Ford. You a Ford man, Dad. Now thank you. And they shake
Well, I'll
hands, and
tell
my
you-
dads have the nicest Ford trucks. Oh, my, this makes my heart so happy,
Mr.
man.
Clark comes to our practices.
Hell yeah, dude. Del's rat. Del is such a good guitar player.
He is incredible.
And I didn't know you sang. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see you
I
guys.
yell.
Heck, that's fine. It's going to be super fun, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, you know, you remember, you may or may not recall, but I was in a band with Jim Campbell for 10 years, and we all amicably parted ways. I think people were just we were kind of
Jim's
getting
another
tired of
great
it.
guitar player that I
Yep.
grew up with.
And,
These are like people that, are very instrumental, pun intended, to, me loving music, Da Vinci
yeah.
really is, in a weird way, because my band played Cafe Da Vinci.
True story.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
my little band when I was, I don't know, maybe 17. So think about that.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
son
it's
could be
crazy.
playing in your hometown band in 6 years.
Yeah, no, it's
I was
nuts.
singing
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a band, and it was crazy, man.
yeah, it's
That's
wild.
really, really cool. Well, that's good to know. That'll definitely,
Yeah,
that's
man.
gonna
Hope you
pack
guys
out.
can make it out. I'm going to leave also a couple tickets to that show here for you guys.
All
Great,
right.
thank you.
So
man.
let's do 4 for Jimmy's Chicken Shack to match Afro Man.
All right.
All right.
We'll
We'll
give
do it
those
that way.
away to whoever
Eats
can.
the most chicken.
Yeah, chicken
Dan
wings.
knows.
You could take over Sanford.
It's that easy.
I was gonna say who lives in the shittiest shack, but that's me. Oh, I can't say that. My last curse on ACT.
And listen, for all my old punk rock friends, this is a ways out, but Thursday, October 3rd, The Exploited, Total Chaos, and Terra Who are going to be at Cafe Da Vinci.
That's
Awesome.
gonna be fun.
It's going to be wild.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
So
Wow, holy smokes. Oh, the chat room really liked that. Nice drop. Yeah, they're happy about that. The punk guys are in the chat room.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I mean, like, what's the, like, is the booking part, is that the most difficult, like, trying to line up all the little nuances?
You know,
the personalities?
I took over booking in 2024. My partner's been doing it for the last 11 years, and it has proven to be a full-time job.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So he was, he does those at-a-glance calendars. You write everything down the old school, old-fashioned way, which I continued to do. I wound up buying a 5-year one just so I could have historicals
okay,
and
yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah,
and see
yeah.
who played when, and I write down the weather for the day, and I write down what sales were, who was, so it's a lot, though. It's a lot. I'm inundated constantly with emails, text messages. I'm working with, for years we've worked with Dieterman Productions. Now working with a company called Filthy Nasty Productions. They're the ones that book The Exploited. They're out of Syracuse, New York. I've got a couple other bookers that you guys probably know here locally that I'm working with. So it's a lot. It really is a lot, and it's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
Sure.
Is it, I'm curious to the booking bands industry. Is anything like the booking interviews industry where, like, if certain bookers have a bunch of bands, but like real popular ones, they're like, well, we'll give you this real popular one, but you got to take some of these
up and
unknown
coming.
ones. From, like
Yeah.
we need to book them, and then maybe
You got to take some of these support acts. Maybe.
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
there
mostly
anything
they
like
come
that?
as support acts.
Okay.
The guys that aren't as popular, they come as tour support, and then eventually the hope is that a couple years down the road, they're coming in as headliners, right? So
Gotcha.
I'm still waiting on this one band. They're called Pinata Protest. They're out of San Antonio, Texas. They're literally punk rock mariachi. The name doesn't lie, Pinata Protest. They opened up for TSOL as tour support a couple years ago. Stole the show, in my opinion. It's just me. And
That sounds
I
awesome.
message their booking agent at least twice a year. Don't forget about me next time you're back in Florida. And he's like, we're gearing up. We want to be a headliner. We're so
Pinata
close.
Protest.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
Give them a
look
listen.
into that.
Give them a listen. You'll love it.
Yeah, okay. I love mariachi. I love the Bronx. I love mariachi El Bronx.
Yeah.
Not really punk rock mariachi. More like non-traditional mariachi with drums added, which I guess is what makes it non-traditional. But
Yeah.
that sounds amazing, man.
Yeah, they're so
Every
good.
time you come in here, you give me a couple of new bands
I
that
do the best I can.
dig into. Is it hard to book and I see this a lot with a lot of different venues that we work with, like the experimental bands, or maybe where it's like an artist or a visual artist or something. Is
that's
that
real
hard?
It's real hard. We unfortunately stay away from a lot of that kind of stuff. We're building ourselves as a destination venue. We've in the last couple of years we've invested over $100,000 in production, right, between lights, PA system,
The sound is really
LED
good,
walls. I mean, it's crazy what we're doing there, and we're trying to do that to get bigger and better bands to come through. Not to say that the people we've had over the years have not been great.
Yeah.
But we're really focusing on that sort of stuff. And then when you start to get into those other acts that you're talking about, it becomes a little difficult. They kind of get lost on the stage, when there's just one or two people up there.
Yeah.
So we kind of really stay away from that sort of stuff, and we try to keep to things that appeal to the masses, no matter what mass that might be.
Gotcha.
I just booked a pop punk band, for a Friday night, which I never would have done before, but I thought, why not? And it went over great. Everybody loved it because pop punk appeals to everybody.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, if you can throw a band in there that can do a a 90s set to like 2010
Correct.
pop rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know, I see bands like that all the time, and if you're really good, you know,
Yeah.
like, and then like real good bands that you've introduced us to, like Truphonic and people like
Yeah,
that.
those guys
that
are great.
That like are just players, and when I see them play, I'm like, oh man, you're just a musician's musician. You know?
Yeah.
So I want to talk about how big DeLand's gotten. And it was
I don't even know anymore. I haven't been there in a
Well,
minute.
wait before you say that.
Yeah.
One big thing that has changed since I've been here last, I'm an elected official.
Yeah.
I'm
yes,
a city
yeah,
commissioner in
yeah,
DeLand now,
wow.
so I get
That's
complaints
right.
every day about how big DeLand has
Okay,
gotten.
yeah.
So go ahead.
All right, so I'm talking to a city official, and let's
Give you
talk
a
about this
siren.
because I will preface
From
this.
one city commissioner to the old king of Deltona.
Whoa,
Yeah.
former
Is there
king
any-
of Deltona.
Is there any
Yeah.
advice you can give?
And I'm gag man.
Gag man over
I can
here.
gag at any moment. Like I can
On
like
command.
on command. Like I can throw up at any moment.
Oh, that's a skill.
So, and I'm trying to not sound like the stereotypical old man
Do it.
because
But
I
they're shagging their pants and they need to put them up.
no is because I remember when I was in my 20s and like older.
No, you don't.
I do. And older men
I
would
don't.
would tell
Me
me
How cute I was as a boy.
Damn.
no, like when I'm driving, like even when I was in my teens and I'm driving around with my stepdad or my grandpa or whatever, my uncle, and then they'd be like, I remember when this whole area was,
Orange
Orange
Grove.
groves.
Orange groves.
It's always orange groves.
and then I would be in the car and be like, I know, old man, that's how time
Yeah,
works.
the
Like,
swamp, it was orange groves. I get it.
like
Yeah.
if you
now
go
it's
back.
roads and
Yeah,
buildings.
and you'll be dead soon.
If
we
you
know.
if you go back long enough, this was an ocean. How long do you
Right.
like? That's how time works, old man. All right. But now I find myself because now I see the psychology because now I'm 42.
Oh, you say it?
And
Oh, you
no,
gotta
well,
fight those
I
urges.
fight my urges
Yeah, you
because
have to.
like even driving around Central Florida, I remember when there
No,
was
you just look at it and go, that's
like
nice.
like Waterford Lakes. Like I remember when it was nothing. Like
Yeah.
when before it was a giant community. Like I remember it was
You
just
can hit that button.
Home Depot. And so that's how time works. Like, yeah, it was nothing, and now it's like that's how everything works. But it's still shocking.
It is.
But DeLand, like I remember when DeLand was a true small town,
Yeah.
and now it does not seem like a small town anymore. Like it's huge. I mean, the
darn big.
the average house cost is 300, 400,000. You know what I'm saying?
it's
Like
expensive to live
every house is 400 grand in DeLand. So it's
Yeah.
like you never thought that would happen. Like there used to be a time you can get $100,000 mansion in DeLand.
We're
know,
Yeah.
but
we're over
that's how.
40,000 people now.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
huge.
man.
And so dealing with that, there's a lot of Sanford's dealt with it.
Yep.
There's growing pains because the older people want it the way it always was.
That's correct.
And so you're constantly saying like, and the only thing you can say is like, to me, this is how growth happens. Like this is a financial benefit to everybody. We want more money. You want a town to grow.
Well, at some point, older people just need to understand that what they want because of death matters less.
yeah.
And if we were
Just
blunt,
accept
Yeah, you're
it.
not going to be here that
And
much
if we,
longer.
no, I'm serious. I'm not
For
making
future
jokes. If
generations,
we were
yeah.
blunt about it, if we were like, if we like used our words and talked about it, and were blunt about it in a nice way, and said like, hey, you can vote on this, but just understand that because you're 70 or 75 or 80, that your vote's only 30% of what it used to be because you'll be dead soon. Then then we'd have some different things happening around here. But we don't do that. We coddle them, and
I think it's
Let 'em
important,
drive.
especially as we talk about small towns like DeLand. I think the biggest thing that we try to think about is growth is inevitable, right? Especially in Florida in general.
Yeah.
But we have to try to keep our small town feel. And that's the most important part. Grow, try to keep small town, grow sensibly. We're changing a lot of things. I don't want to talk about a lot of politics stuff, but we're changing a lot of things with our development standards and low impact development and that kind of stuff, which I think everybody's doing around the state. It is hard, and I didn't grow up in DeLand. I've been there a long time.
Yeah.
So most of my friends are locals that grew up, and you hear things like, hey, when I was a kid, again, we're all 50 years old now, so you hear when I was a kid, this didn't exist and this didn't exist, and it is what it is.
when I was a kid, my mom had a bush.
The biggest argument.
Is that what you're talking about?
I give people all the time when they complain about growth is they say, well, I moved here because, right? And I go, yeah, that's your line. I moved here because. You moved here. You were part of growth at one point.
Right.
Yeah.
And the people that lived here then didn't want you here then, and now you don't want the next you.
right.
So
Yeah.
I'm part of that growth as well.
Yeah.
I'm not from there.
Just figuring it out.
There is something funny about stepping off the ship to America and then turning around and be like, "Stay out of here!" I do like
You get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we're like,
Close.
what the hell is people? Get the hell out of here!
Yeah.
Moose should have told you.
We're
We're
like,
closed.
well, didn't you come here? What if they said, "Yeah, I'm here now"?
All right. No tag
It's
back.
not about me. Anyway,
That's awesome.
Dan,
Hey,
thanks so much.
We appreciate you, man.
Tom,
Thanks
Dan,
for coming
Sam,
in.
thank you all.
Oh, man, we love having you in to chop it up a little bit. And what's the newest one? We got tickets. We're going to give away some tickets.
Tickets.
Yeah.
You know, we got Afro Man, we got Jimmy's Chicken Shack, and then we
Yeah.
got the
Craft Beer Festival.
Craft Beer
Craft
Festival.
Beer Fest.
Yeah.
But if you don't win those tickets, you can always buy them at cafedavincideland.com.
Yeah. And we're probably giving them to BDMs
Yeah.
because I need it to be a benefit to us.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be us.
Dan understands.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a businessman.
I get it, man.
It's going to the
I get it.
diehards
It's one of the
for sure.
perks
Yeah.
of being a BDM.
Yeah.
We'll go on the
There you
BDM
go.
He
page. We'll
knows,
give
he
away.
knows.
Yeah. So
All good.
again, cafedavincideland.com for all shows. Dan, we appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
And we will be right back.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Great. Yeah.
That was great.
So as it pertains to those, just
Oh, we're still on YouTube and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
too,
just
in case.
yeah.
that's okay. As it pertains to those, just email me names and I'll put them on the.
Okay,
Oh,
I
that's-
figured
that's
easy
even
for
better.
you,
Yeah, that we'd have to worry about
Thank
handing
you,
off
thank you,
tickets
man.
to people.
That's
or anything.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's usually the way. It's
Where's
the
that guy
easiest.
Sam?
way.
Easiest way.
That is Tuesday, March 19th, segment 3.
Oh. Well, thanks for getting me out of town.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Anytime
Always
you
a
want to come
pleasure.
in and do that,
Yeah, it's
because
fun.
you're really good on air, so we can sit there.
You have a
and
great
bullshit
voice. Yeah, it's super
Well, I
easy
got
to
a
just
face for
slide you
radio.
in, man.
Sam, always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Cheers, man. Always a pleasure
Appreciate you,
seeing you.
brother.
Give your team some love from us and thank them for what they do.
I got a baby.
Oh, we already have something for Tuesday?
We should have 1 and 2.
319?
Yeah. We'll go over all next week's schedule today after we're
okay.
done recording because it's going to be
Yeah, it's
a lot.
intense.
Yeah, we should have 1 20-minute and 1 21-minute segment for Tuesday 1 and 2.
Yeah, I see it. Dan, do you remember what that like underground amphitheater in DeLand was called? It's a vague memory. Underground amphitheater? I don't remember one. I remember the Athens, which is we had an older theater there. I don't remember that, man. I'm sorry. An underground amphitheater. I don't remember having anything like that.
Are you on it? Not yet. You're going to though? Yeah, just for the training purposes, for the endurance, or or do you have low counts?
No, I have low counts. It's always once you hit your 40s, it gets low.
I know. Well, I can tell you that I went on it like when I separated. And I went on it, and this is my hair after doing 2 cycles of it. So your hair is gonna grow back. It'll be fine.
Did you like it?
Well, I mean, yeah. What's that? I mean, like, yeah. What's that?
everybody says.
The whole comp, like, I didn't notice anything, and nobody ever said anything to me about how, like, oh, it makes you more of an ad. Like, it doesn't, like, it didn't do any of that. Yeah, I didn't notice any of that. I do know that, and what happened? I think I went through a breakup, and I do feel like I was like, I feel like I'm taking this a little bit harder. Oh yeah. You know what I
A
mean?
hole in the middle of a field.
But outside of that, you're just gonna feel like fucking Super Tom, and you're never gonna get tired, and you're gonna want to bang all the time. You're gonna look jacked, and you'll get more compliments on your appearance than you can handle. But the problem is that when you come off of it, you're gonna want to chase that. There's no high to it, but you're gonna want to chase. You're like, oh man, look at how I look and everything. And like the girl that I've been dating for years, like she'll look back at pictures of when I was on it, and she doesn't know. Like she can't tell when she knows I was on it, but she can't tell when I was and when I wasn't, like based on. And she's like, oh, you look so good in that picture. Yeah, I was on test. You look so good. Yeah, I was on test. So it's like it'll fuck with your head if you don't if you're not ready for it because you'll never look like that again. You know, naturally. And
If
so if you do have
Thanks,
lo-
Twisted
that's kinda
Movies.
cool if you're gonna think of a logo, some say,
Steve's
oh,
Music.
I didn't do that.
All right.
Yeah, so you know, so I could go all night.
Who do these guys, and then we have one more.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
Oh, great.
lunch, and then we do commercials and
Fantastic.
get everything organized.
Thanks for being here,
next
y'all.
Thanks for having
It's been a minute.
Thanks for having
Always,
us.
man. We got to do our yearly charity thing, right?
We do.
That's what we got to do. Got to do it.
Remind me where it is again.
Got to help the kids.
10 years.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, I hope we do it
Citrus-
20, man. Like, got to keep.
Citrus City, Citrus.
Craft
Yeah,
in Lake Mary.
I love Citrus City Craft.
Yep.
That's a good spot.
too.
I love it a little too much.
That's a good ass spot. I like your informational videos that you guys play about how to like not have your kids act like idiots either.
Yeah, actually.
Was that your idea? Because
No,
it's
it was
fucking
not.
great.
I'm probably the primary complainer about
It's
kids at the
badass.
bar, but
Well, that person hugged them for me. Because I think I put it on my, I think I liked it so much I put it on my feed.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fantastic.
Yeah,
I know
They
Jeff-
and the
Jeff's
kids,
not a
they had
huge
little
fan
kids act like,
well,
whoever's kids did a bang up job
well, so
on
that was
acting like
Jeff and
animals
his
and then
kids.
acting
Yeah,
like
yeah,
little
yeah,
angels.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
Jeff, one of the partners, that was his kids, and then the baby was one of our.
That was
regulars.
great. It was great. Because I hate that stuff. I mean, I have a 8-year-old. But she, we get new ones every year. You see them every time you're here, right?
Okay. If you say so.
That's Bart Merrick and Crystal, Tom's wife, and they work together, and they do OnlyFans.
What's the exact?
They do a live feed.
This Sunday.
This Sunday,
They do a
this
sex
Sunday,
show.
Okay,
They do
so
OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's called Deep Throat Live.
we'll make this Thursday too.
Thursday too.
Thursday too.
Are we moving anything?
No, because we don't have anything Thursday yet.
We
Oh,
can,
okay.
we can bump somebody if you want.
Yeah. you wanna bump.
Great. Keep that.
Get back on the test so I can bump all night.
All right. I'm going on estrogen.
You have
My-
too much testosterone.
I want some big. I did win the battle. When we've only done one battle, and I did win it. I think it was like by a point and a half though, or something. It was like so.
You did
tight.
a battle to see who had more testosterone.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Mine's way lower than his now though, because he's every day he's out there grinding and out.
Yeah.
And I just sit on my couch with my pee-pee dog. I smooch his face, which I'm sure is making my titties bigger.
And when you say you're smooching your pee-pee dog,
Yeah, it's my penis. Yeah. This guy. I'm kidding. I don't know why I'm wacky today.
So we got what? Oh no, you could use that
Yep,
mic,
and then
John.
that
you can-
one, yeah, you can guys can
we-
put that in the center if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if
and
you
then there's
wanna just-
headphones behind you if you want them.
yeah, it looks like it's trapped in
Oh.
there. I didn't want to.
There you go.
Yeah, because we only have 2 mics right now on the couch.
No, the other one is I got to get another big cable.
No, that's fine.
Are you guys gonna just move mine over?
I don't know what I'm gonna do with that mic.
We haven't
To tell
thought
the
about
truth.
it.
Yeah, I haven't thought about any of that. Look,
Okay.
look,
Yeah.
we got to get you on. We got to
Well,
get you packed it on the train before then I'll cry. And I'm like, okay.
we got spring break.
I got
and
this.
then-
I got a camera now. Look at this camera. Let me see my hand camera.
Crotch cam.
Hand camera. Hand camera. I built that. No reason. No need. No, I have no need for it. A hand
You
cam.
never know.
Can you hear me from here?
Now talk.
Can you hear me from here?
I
Are
can.
You on the red mic?
I don't know.
Are they marked? This one you're gonna have to get about an inch off of it, and this one, and you have to lean in when you do.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. Do I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
lean
that way
forward
you
and
You have
talk?
to be about that close when you talk.
I got to get that close to doing
10
anything.
years they've done this, and then they get on my couch, and then they treat me
They're
like
like,
this.
"Hello?"
They
What?
make me stand up like this is their first rodeo. I'm like, oh, well, let me
sure, yeah.
change your diaper before we get you going here. Oh, is he gonna beat me up now? He's standing up.
No.
I get a big mouth.
No, no.
One of these times, you big,
tall, short, tall. So
one
we
of
gotta
these
put
times,
John in the middle.
one of you testosterone-laden animals is gonna beat me up. I told him I'm going on estrogen to make my titties bigger. I'm gonna do it.
You want to do it?
I'll do any drug.
What's the date this Sunday?
17th.
17th. Okay, yeah.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
Saint
Oh
Patty's.
man, we got the
Oh.
ouch couch back. We got the ouch couch back. That's when we put 3 big men on a tiny couch. We call it the ouch couch.
Ouch couch.
All right.
All right.
All right, this is.
Fucking look at that, dude. Look at that. Jason Kelsey on our couch. Look at the camera. Look at I
He
could
did
tell.
retire.
I could literally tell people that. And just, can I use you as my thumbnail and troll them? I'm serious.
This is nice.
I'm just gonna say exclusive Jason Kelsey interview, and you just act like you're crying a lot.
Well,
and
we'll
like,
talk. Okay, we'll talk
yeah.
about that
Yeah,
because Jason Kelsey has done a lot for bigger men with beards, and
his wife is
it made him
straight,
beloved.
amazing.
Almost to
Yeah, she
the extent of Santa Claus.
Yeah, he's my Santa Claus.
He's
is Jason
Blackbeard
Kelsey.
Santa Claus.
Football Santa Claus.
Yeah, football
And,
Santa Claus.
and he was voted sexiest man alive, right? This past year.
Jason
None of that.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
None-
one
that's
of
all
them. One of
bullshit.
them. One of
Yeah,
them.
it was him. Yeah.
No, but it's one of them. They always throw in like a couple. They throw in like a William Hung.
I
They
got
throw in a William Hung.
They have to
throw
meet
in
a
a Stephen Hawking.
They
you
got to
know.
throw in it's a diversity
yeah.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll talk about that.
All right.
We'll talk
Stephen
about
Hawking?
Yeah, they put Stephen Hawking
Yeah.
in there. They put.
Sexy brain. You know?
They
Yeah,
put-
I heard what he likes.
I was
Yeah.
once compared
Did you
to
hear what
Bradley.
Stephen Hawking likes? Did you guys read the list?
No.
Let me put them. Look at these guys. They're on the list. Look at those guys.
The list of his kings.
Especially that one in the middle. My God, you look like the mayor of Munchkinland. You took it from me. I
he
lost the
kinda
election. I lost the election. These guys can take it. It's the only people I can bully. Like, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do this with other guests. When you guys get here, I'm like, oh my God, my friends are here.
Firefighters.
I'm so relieved when I get around cops and firefighters. I'm like, oh my God, they got some people that I can be mean
Munchkin
to.
City.
Yeah.
And the city of the land of Oz.
And we welcome you to Munchkin Land. That's me. Did you know that they sped that up? Did you know they sped that up? Just the audio?
You know, you're making fun of somebody, and you're literally sitting in a high chair with
No,
a
no,
cushion.
no. This is an orthopedic cushion.
He's got hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, I got hemorrhoids. If you know this guy's. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
Just saying.
Let's go. Get it all out. All right. You want to start?
Yeah.
3.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
I just found out that we have been promoting St. Baldrick's for 10 years
Yeah,
now, which
yeah.
is insane.
Yeah. That deserves
Which I
deserves
guess
one of those.
it kind of makes sense because we're about to celebrate our 10-year ACT anniversary, which tickets are for sale right now at tomandan.com.
Yeah.
It's at the Wayne Dench Theater in Sanford.
It is. Is it the Wayne Dench Theater or is it the Ritz Theater at the Wayne? What is it?
I've been saying. I think it's both. It's the. It says Wayne Dench Theater on the.
But then there's a sign that says the Ritz.
The Ritz Theater at Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center.
I knew it was the
God.
Wayne. No, it's the Ritz Theater at the Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center.
So,
Boom.
and that's 10 years. So I guess we have been having the St. Baldrick's guys in, the firefighters in for 10 years since we started
Didn't we
ACT.
do that before that? Didn't we do it on the Monsters too?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 year on the
Were you
Monster,
counting that year?
I mean, it was here, or is that the other place?
Yeah, it was Daniel's
The
house.
other place. That was my house.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's
You-
the other
It was
place.
in that
you know,
asshole.
you got that jump with that fat lady.
You'd know if it was
That's
Clear
my
Channel.
wife, you mother.
There was a dog
You know,
barking
is
in the
that
background.
that dump with the old lady who had the long T words.
Hey, John, do you know that means that Tom has been promising to shave his head for over 10 years?
Yeah. And he can do it now because he won't wear a swim cap, and his nature swim cap is shaving your head.
You won't wear a swim cap?
No,
Oh,
he's
this kind of shows your weekness.
yeah,
right?
he won't
Right?
wear a swim
You-
cap because he
you guys
says
know,
if he
you're
wears, he
firefighters.
Wait,
says,
a swim cap or a Speedo?
no,
No,
he'll wear a
swim cap.
Speedo. He wears Speedos all the time.
Yeah, real men wear
Oh,
Speedos.
well, you said show your weakness. What's
Well, the swim cap, you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he can't wear a swim cap. I got
I
him
know,
one
he's
too.
making a small weenie joke. I know.
what? Wait, hold on. Let's go back to the swim cap.
Uh,
Why won't you wear one?
Because he got a small weenie.
No, it's kind of like, well,
Wearing it on the
stupid
wrong head.
looking.
It's
He
right?
says it's
Like,
stupid.
like,
Okay.
I was just like, I don't. It seems
He
like you're
doesn't
trying
want
to.
people to see him there, and he's got the swim cap
Okay.
on. The one side it has American
So-
flag, the other side. What are you going to put on the other side? We got to decide what you're going to put on the second side of your swim cap.
The Russian flag.
No, my God, you can't be a double agent.
I thought people liked that.
You almost got body slammed by Jason Kelsey.
Oh, I thought you were into that. I don't know what people like.
You're way out of touch, buddy. American Russia.
No, he kind of looks like a Russian bear.
So you're doing an
Does he
Iron
Russia? Oh, okay, I
You're
forgot.
doing an Iron Man?
No.
Triathlon.
He's doing a pineapple
triathlon.
man.
Yeah. It is
Okay.
called the pineapple. It's like a sprint triathlon. So
Okay.
It's
It's
very,
the
Alright.
gayest of all triathlons. The Pineapple Man.
So, are you a strong
He's
swimmer?
doing the butt plug 500.
yeah.
It may be a good idea to wear a really bright cap. That way, if you start sinking,
That's what they said, but he doesn't want to do that. He wants a swim cap that has his own hair stitched into it. That's a brilliant idea.
No, we just look goofy with the
Yeah.
swim cap. And Crystal, like, she'll like swim with me at the pool every
You
once in
can't
a
even
while.
talk. You're like,
Hey.
Crystal, swim with me.
What's she wearing?
No, but she puts on the swim cap.
She does it?
Yeah. And
You
then I'm
didn't
like,
tell me
this
that.
is stupid.
You tell
I
her.
think you look ridiculous.
it
She's
does.
got a lot of hair,
It does
too.
lower expectations, though, right? If you show up with the swim cap, everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's a gamer," and then if you're out there and you end up in last,
Oh,
not
you're
to say you will.
sandbagging. You would have walked out there with like a piece
yeah.
of hay
Okay,
in
well,
your
this
mouth
is
and
a-
overalls.
Yeah,
Well,
you
this
don't
is-
want to be the one that has like all the gear and
No,
then you're
I
dead
got.
last.
Oh no, I got the gear. This is the
Yeah.
this is the problem. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what
He's,
I've
he's
been.
got a $4,000 bike out there.
No, it's not. I think that's not it. We're Fuji.
That's
what
a
is that?
badass bike, dude.
Um,
That'll blow
so-
my bike away. I got a Huffy. I got a rusted
No.
Huffy I ride with him today.
So
Is that carbon?
Oh,
No,
yeah. Whole
no,
thing's
no.
carbon. Carbon
Is it
and
aluminum?
gel. No, it's carbon and gel. I know what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's a round bike.
Is it super light?
Nah, is it like not as light as
You have no business running this Pineapple Man.
like. Anyway, I do have the whole like they call it a tri kit that
Yeah,
I
the
bought,
kit,
but
yeah.
and I bought it from my trainers, my sister-in-law, who has a professional business, and it looks professional.
looks good.
Therefore, I'm gonna be embarrassed when I jump in and I'm last, and I'm swimming on my back because I'm winded after 100 yards of swimming. Have you ever swam 100 yards?
You're doing it.
It's impossible to get not
I've
winded.
never swam 100 yards.
Is it like
I've swum in a pool. I've done a couple laps, not 100 yards.
Yeah, I've done it now a dozen times, and it still feels the same.
Yeah,
Like,
it's terrible
running,
every
I
time.
got like I ran a 5K yesterday. Seemed fine. I've been running like, and then 2 days before that.
What do you
like,
guys think?
And you swam in a lake or pool?
Not yet.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Okay.
I did it in the sun the other day, and the sun was blinding me every time I took a breath.
Yeah, you got to close your eyes.
Like
I told her,
I
close
did-
your eyes when you swim, man.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I'm used to swimming in the gym pool inside,
yeah.
and then I'm
In
swimming.
air conditioning.
Yeah, he swims in the
outside.
He
This is
swims
so
in the
easy.
dark
The,
like
the
a-
lake is
He's
different
like, this
too.
is
I
no
know.
problem. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
I know.
Tom.
We got to start training in Lake Baldwin.
Yeah.
I got to
Or
go
a
out there.
spa.
Hey, in there.
I'll be in a canoe. I'll be paddling.
Lake
I'll swim in it.
Jessup.
Yeah.
That'll be some good training.
I've swam in Lake Jessup before.
Oh my goodness.
For a radio bit.
Long
yeah.
time ago.
Oh yeah.
The Gators don't. You can swim
My
in there
mom
all
and
day
dad used to
long.
water ski in Jessup all the time.
Yeah, you can swim in Lake Jessup during the day. The Gators aren't gonna bite you during the day.
No.
They bite you at dusk.
They're certainly
Everybody
not
knows
gonna.
that.
They're not gonna bite you while
don't
you're
think
water skiing,
everybody
smoking a
knows
cigarette.
You shut up, Jason Kelsey. No one talked to you.
Yeah, this guy. You know your place, Jason.
No, I'm joking.
We're messing around.
Speaking of that, Johnny is here. Are you a firefighter, Johnny?
No, I work at Citrus City. I'm a operating partner. Over
Yes,
there.
I knew that.
Beer guy. I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about
Citrus
St.
City
Baldrick's.
rules.
We haven't even promoted it yet. St. Baldrick's is going on this Sunday coming up, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day at Citrus City Craft. And obviously it's one of Paul's bars. And you guys are raising money for kids with cancer. And we've been promoting it for 10 years. I feel like our listeners know St. Baldrick's.
That is the nice thing about Baldrick's is you say it and people go, oh, we know those guys. We know
Yeah.
what this is. We know where do we write the check or where do we shave our head or where do we participate or how can we help?
So let's just start with that. Like, how do people get involved? How can they sign up if they do want to shave their head and support and raise some money for St. Baldrick's? Let's talk about it.
All right, so the quick background, it's a national event. It's based out of California, and we do a feeder event here locally. Excuse me, I'm a firefighter with Orange County, Steve. John to my left here is with Orlando Fire Department. We had our own separate events, and we combined events like 8 or 9 years ago now, and we created the Central Florida St. Baldrick's event. And so we have been at a few different venues, and this year we're at Citrus City in Lake Mary, and the goal is to go out, and you don't have to shave your head, right? If you just want to go out and support and be involved, have a few drinks, eat something from the food trucks, donate a little money here, win some raffle prizes, things like that, you do not have to shave your head. But we would love for you to show up. You don't need to be a firefighter. You don't have to, be a family member of a firefighter or anything like that. Anybody in the community can come out. It's from 1 to 5 will be the actual head shaving. And then Citrus is actually going to continue the party with live bands and things like that until 8. So yeah, the concept is we grow our hair out and we raise money and we raise awareness, right? Because if you got a bunch of dudes that had hair on, Friday when you saw them, and now you come into work on Monday and they're bald, it's a pretty stark contrast, and it starts asking, people start asking questions and conversations are had, and you just kind of say, 4% of all the research money that goes towards cancer goes to pediatric cancer. But anybody in this room, we'd rather lose, a testicle or a boob or, almost anything before we want to lose one of our kids. So it's unfortunate that that's the way it goes. But so we're going to be out there and, as they say, doing it for the kids.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And if someone does want to shave their head and then get their friends and family to donate to you to raise money, because that's what people are doing. Like, hey, I'm going to shave my head.
Right.
Don't say that. You always do that.
You
heard it here. He's going to shave his head.
Donate the money.
If somebody else.
That's not what they want skin in the game, dude.
Right.
And you got the Jonah Jameson grays. You look like Spider-Man's boss. You need to shave it down.
Also, let's just talk about how over the 10 years of us supporting St. Baldrick's,
You've lied to them 10 years.
No.
10 times.
Every year, John texts me, and then I go through the effort of emailing Sam, telling her to set this up. So
we would do this if they just stopped by and rang the doorbell and said, "Hey, can you squeeze me in?" I'd be like, "Get in here, get on the couch, let's do some charity stuff, man."
Listen,
you don't need to email him. You just walk in.
We hear you tell every guest, "You sound so great anytime." So we get it. We get it.
But I'm doing the hero's work of promoting this, and it's getting all these listeners.
You're the swim cap hero.
Yeah.
I'm the one that makes this happen.
Yeah, you're the
think
feet.
about it.
You're the feet that makes it walk. Right?
John tells me, like, hey, can I come in this? And then I have to
and then
get on my phone.
We all looked around and we said, oh, my God, how did we make this event happen? And Tom said, I carried you, my son. It's like the old Jesus walking down a beach. He carried us the
only
whole
one
way.
set of footprints, and it's mine. Big old blue clown shoes.
One foot's bigger than the other.
You can tell.
This man walks with a limp.
So back to your question.
That's limping selfish Jesus.
Back to your question. If somebody would like to raise money because they're going to get their head shaved, or like John is shaving his mustache.
Oh, come on. That's pussing out. You got to
hold on.
Wait.
You got to shave your pappus at
He's
least.
got a mustache for a
He
long
doesn't
time.
have any more hair to shave.
No, he's got.
I don't have anything on top.
No, you got to bick your pappus down right above your junk. You got
it's not already
that fat part.
Yours isn't already big?
We all got it.
Oh, okay.
You don't pick your pappus. You're not gay.
So, if you want to shave your head or your mustache, beard, or whatever it may, or your pappus, is that what you're calling
it?
Yes,
that's a medical term that you should know being in a medical profession.
Just ignore
No, that's a medical term.
Just ignore
when
him.
you
crazy.
Your pappus is that big fat part above your penis that gets fatter as you drink.
When you took anatomy and physiology, you focused on one thing, buddy.
It's your pappus, and it gets hairy.
No. This got crazy because we're recording during lunchtime.
It's also the last week for me, so Dan's gonna go all the way off the rails.
Oh yeah, I'm going all in.
They can go to stbaldricks.org.
Okay.
And they can, in the search, like event search bar, you can type in Central Florida.
Yep.
And an event will come up, and it says Citrus City Craft. Click on that one, and then you can create your own team. You can create a page, a fundraising page as an individual, or you can join another team if you want to go that route.
Okay.
Same thing, if you can't make it out there, or everybody's busy at spring break, we get it. But if you'd still like to support, but you can't make it out there, you can go to the same stbaldricks.org. Just in the search, Central Florida, Citrus City Craft, and then you can donate to the general fund as well if you want to do that.
And just hang out at Citrus City Craft and have some beers for St. Patrick's Day.
With entertainment,
and let's talk about that.
Like-minded people. It's a good vibe.
So Johnny is here from Citrus City Craft.
Hello.
And if people, I know you guys have tons of beer on tap, and let's talk about Citrus City.
Yeah. So we are kind of a neighborhood bar, but we really focus on like craft beer, especially Florida craft beer. About 50% of our 48 taps are Florida beers at any given time. Usually it's more, but at least 50% of our taps are Florida beers, locals, Sideward Brewing, Hourglass, stuff that's close to us, stuff you probably all know. And then we also have a list of signature cocktails and a lot of awesome, cool, creative drinks. And especially for like events, we often do signature cocktails just for our events. We're doing, we have We have a frozen Irish coffee for this Sunday, so we're really excited about that. I actually just tried it yesterday. It's very good.
Awesome.
I would suggest the irritated Pappas as a drink.
So, Johnny,
like a pink rosé with maybe.
I'm sure you've been told this a lot, but you look like Jason Kelsey.
I actually have never.
You've never been told that?
He doesn't look like him to me, but
Oh, he's got a beard, and you're a big
so do
dude.
a lot of
What I meant to say is I haven't heard it today yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
Yeah, I see it, man.
Yeah.
So, and this happened to me when.
they don't even have the same color eyes.
Well,
I never look at eyes. Oh my god!
He's got-
I don't even know my wife's eyes. I couldn't even tell you.
It's the general
He
look.
got lost
a
in
big.
here.
He just has dark hair with a beard.
Yeah, that's all you
You get
need.
it.
That's
so you
right.
see it too. You see it too.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
all you need.
lot of Jason Kelsey's in the BDM group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
but see, every once in a while, someone becomes famous that has a look that it looks kind of like your look,
Yeah.
and you benefit from it.
Yeah, in
I really
96,
am.
I was
Yeah.
killing it for Vern
Yeah.
Troyer.
And then- And then people just like
Prime
you
time.
more because people like Jason Kelsey, so people just like you because you look kind of like Jason
Yeah.
Kelsey, and then you benefit
You
from
have a
it.
beloved look. Also a Hagrid. You got a vibe there.
Yeah,
right?
I've gotten that
and These
before.
are all
Young
characters
Santa
that people
Claus is
love.
one of-
These
yeah.
are all. They're not like getting like, oh, this looks like a dictator that kills everybody.
Yeah.
You're getting like the good
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So this happened to me when Free Willy came out. All right, follow me with this.
Who do you look like?
So-
The whale?
The whale.
No, the kid from Free Willy.
Elijah Wood?
When I was that age,
Oh, you did look like that kid.
like I looked like that kid.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people
yeah.
in middle school used to be like, "You look like Free
You
Willy."
look like Free Willy, except you smell like cigarettes.
and then also the older brother
Trashy
from
family.
the Tool Time, not Tool. What was the Tool Time show?
It was Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. I looked like the older brother
Zachary
from.
Ty Bryson?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
a real hellion. That guy. That guy's a POS.
You look nothing like
The
him.
oldest
When I was
one
young-
or the middle one?
Well, no.
The oldest one was blonde, right?
Yeah,
and
the
the
oldest
middle
one was
one.
JTT. No way.
And
It
you
wasn't
didn't want to be the
JTT.
youngest one. He was weak.
It was the oldest
Mark?
one.
Oh.
Mark, I hated Mark.
Remember when he went through his goth phase?
Mark ruined that show.
But what I'm telling you
Oh, he
is,
was annoying,
like
yeah.
little white boys with a little bit of rosacea.
Yeah.
That's what me.
Yeah,
and then
they're
I
cute.
had that look, and then people liked me
They do,
more
they do.
because I was a little white boy with rosacea. Also in Miami, an anomaly.
Yeah, you're like a unicorn down
If
there.
I was in Nebraska, I'd be like,
Yeah.
everybody looks like Free
Yeah.
Willy here.
You actually do look like the kid from Free Willy.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He really does.
Isn't
All-
it the blue eyes?
Every Spanish kid and my friends, and we're like,
You
they're
know
like,
they well?
they
Hey,
was-
man,
Yeah.
you know they well.
and I'm just saying that in hopefully in your lifetime, someone will become famous that has your look, and you will benefit off that. I'm just saying. That's what John
I'm-
needs
yeah,
to do.
I'm-
How did you
really
benefit
peeking
as
right
Free
now.
Willy kid?
Yeah, they all like all the kids liked me
Oh,
more.
so you're popular.
Hey, we
Okay.
got the Free
I
Willy
really-
kid here. Slurpees for everybody. Is that what they did?
They may have been some more bullying
I don't.
than.
Oh, okay.
Hey, the Free Willy. Hey, the Free Willy kid.
yeah.
Put his pants down.
Yeah. I take bullying like compliments.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they actually.
What is it?
They may have just been bullying me the whole time, but I'm like,
Any-
they like me.
What do they say? Any attention is good attention.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I think. I
That's
really
right.
think like
They
that.
stole my bike. They love me.
yeah. But so I'm just saying that is a benefit in life, and hopefully other people get
Oh,
that.
this looks like a Free Willy kid spent some time in jail.
Yeah, they all do. They all do.
Oh.
And don't look up a Treyu kid either. That kid. Oh man, he's real bad.
Seth's
And have you
best
seen
friend.
him lately? That guy's long gray
I thought
ponytail.
Seth was saving
The
his life.
never-ending story kid, Atreyu.
Don't look it
Oh
up.
yeah.
Don't
You
look
got
it
to
up.
do some
So
crack.
sad. So sad. It's hard to pull
He
your.
hurt his back on that
it's-
movie set.
It is hard to pull your horse out of the mud when you're smoking crack.
Yeah. Have you guys seen
His scaly dragon thing.
Is fentanyl still a problem?
Yeah,
How bad is
yeah,
that
good
got?
switch. Now it's
Yeah.
time for fentanyl update with our friends, the firefighters, and Jason Kelsey.
Because my other firefighter buddy down south, he just said for a while there, his
touch
entire
and go.
job was just Narcanning bums every day, and that's all it was.
He
It's
said he was
Narcan.
just barely keeping them alive.
He said it
Yeah.
was a Narcan Tuesday, and they get mad when they woke up. So you just
Yeah.
Narcan them a little bit, so it doesn't.
Yeah, don't let it go all the way.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
because
Just
if
give
you-
him,
if
give
you-
him 24%.
Yeah, if you give them the full Narcan, they just pop right up and they're crazy and they're mad. So you gotta get
Yeah.
them. You keep them.
You killed my bud.
Keep a little bit of that fentanyl inside them. Anyway,
Is
so-
that true?
That is very true.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And if you push it too fast, they better chance of them puking too.
Yeah, oh
You
yeah,
don't
you told me
wanna-
that
don't
too.
do
Yeah,
that,
they
don't
start.
do that.
They wake
Push
up.
it slow so I can keep
Yeah.
my Burger King down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
love Burger
has
King.
it gotten better, or is it still real bad out
The
there?
fentanyl?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I want to hear Johnny's take on this.
I'm calling
same
it
as it's ever been
Johnny,
for
what do you
me.
know about?
Aren't you retired, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Take your shirt off and drink a beer.
I've changed stations, so I'm at a
Oh.
place that doesn't deal with it as
We
much.
thought you were 104.1 for life.
Oh, yeah.
Get him off the air, Sam.
Fire stations. I'm sorry. Yeah, my mic's
is it
cut.
more
Yeah.
rural?
Yeah.
Places that have that problem. Like you think big cities would have more, but the rural, I guess.
It never stops. He doesn't know how to stop the word rural. He just goes,
Yeah.
Somebody turn it off.
I don't know. Do you have it? City of Orlando's more urban, so
What do you say, John?
Yeah,
How
what
many,
are you-
how
what are
many,
you trying to say?
rampant?
how many
Yeah.
Narcan shots are you giving out a day?
So
they give it away at Publix now. Are you
No,
Narcan?
they do not
Oh,
give it
yeah.
away. It's like
Oh.
$70.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Because I tried to buy it for the studio, and you said too expensive.
So I'm actually on a different unit. I'm still downtown, but I'm on the hazmat unit now. So
Whoa!
I don't-
All doo-doo.
I don't really do that.
Oh, okay. That's where the money's at. I heard too.
Hazmat,
Yeah, you get-
uranium. What do you got? Like radioactive stuff?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Whoa!
And then you're running drills all the time. You're running drills that are like
end of the
never
world.
gonna happen. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
if a nuclear bomb goes
Yeah, they
off.
shut off our phones, and everyone's got crazy. There's Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. Then you get you take a weekend getaway at the at Best Western, and then you're paying double time. That's the whole thing.
Is that going to happen? Do they control our cell phones, and at a moment's
Ooh.
notice, can they shut our
Have
cell
they
phones
changed
down?
Kelly days at all?
Let me.
I gotta get a Kelly days question
Always
in.
gotta do the Kelly Day thing.
Yeah, gotta get one in.
I bet you guys don't get the Kelly.
Are
Day,
you guys
right?
playing
Nope.
pickleball?
He
Oh, he
I
called
do
me
indeed.
yesterday, and I heard it in the
He's
background.
in. He's in.
All right, let's talk about this.
Back and forth.
You gotta hide the pickleball in the
Yeah.
back. You gotta put it in the back.
You guys
gotta
are
stop
being
that.
too
Cause
loosey goosey with the pickleball.
There's some stations
There's
over
talks
here,
on the streets.
and they're doing it right in the front parking
It's
lot.
the
and
one
they're
that's brick that we drive past.
Yeah,
It looks a little too. It's like a little like cartoony.
and
looking.
because of course you gotta wait till an emergency happens. There's downtime.
No, they
You
got
can-
it right out front.
You can only wash the fire engine so many times.
They
and
got
do-
it right out front.
I
What
know-
station?
The
we can't
one
talk
that's
about
like
it.
it's like a A frame down that way.
But they're showing
And it's
everybody.
shaped like an old A frame. It's an older station, smaller
They're
looking.
gonna-
tax dollars
brick.
going to pickleball.
And they
They're
have a
gonna-
yard out
Don't
front.
let them
Station
ruin it for
four.
all of
Station-
you.
It's station 4.
Don't say it.
I'm not afraid of these fire jockeys.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a big deal in this
No,
city.
yeah.
Come and get me. What are you
Yeah.
going to do? Hose all my baby
Yeah.
pictures off
Well,
the wall?
oh,
Come and get me.
Listen, they're all friends.
What are you going to not put the... I got sprinklers,
Yeah,
mother
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
I got sprinklers. I get water whether you come or not.
Yeah, the house will be burning down. They'll take
I
their
just
sweet
made that up.
time.
That was pretty
That
good,
was
though,
good.
right?
That
That was
was
pretty
solid,
good. I
yeah.
thought that was a pretty solid
Yeah,
retort.
no. I like the way you sat up taller in the chair. too.
I have to. They won't see me on the camera if I shrink.
Yeah.
I just saw
I slink.
a meme of some guy that didn't pay his like emergency taxes, which I didn't even know was
This is
a thing.
extortion. It's like the mafia.
But his house got set on fire, and then the firefighters like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna come because and I'm like, no
I'll
way,
be
this
able
is
to
real.
spot him. I'll see a mustache on my Ring camera doorbell. He's out there trying to light my house on fire.
And then the meme was like the firefighters were just sitting there and watching the guy's house burn because he didn't pay. I'm like, that didn't happen. Oh,
That's
this
the
is
mafia.
BS.
You can't do that. You have to run in there
Yeah,
and save
like,
my pets.
That doesn't happen. Have you seen that meme?
You're believing memes now? What happened to you?
What?
A lot has happened in the last hour.
It seemed like a news story. It was news.com.
Since you
or
went to the
something.
restroom, a lot has happened.
Oh my
All right.
God.
We're done here. Steve, John, Johnny, thank
Did we
you
make
so
it
much.
weird again like we
Steve, John,
always
and
do?
John.
Yeah,
You always do. Yeah.
We always make it real weird.
yeah. I hope one day we make it so weird and never come back. But that never hasn't happened yet. You guys are dedicated. I like that.
I got an idea.
What?
Swim cap with hair sewed into it.
Hold on. Hold on.
And then you go to the event and shave your swim cap.
We have actually, John came up with an idea because he heard that you didn't want to wear a swim cap. So, John, would you like to present them with what we have? That
Put your balls on his head.
that he
That's
could
the
wear.
ultimate bully a firefighter would do.
Johnny can hold me down. I know that.
That's ultimate bullying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this was John's idea right here. So this is
This
actually
is in honor of our 10-year anniversary.
10-year
together.
anniversary.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Holy smokes. Dude.
Look Look at that.
That's
Oh, wow. Oh, look at it.
amazing.
Corporate time.
Oh, I'm on the front too.
Oh, dude, that is too cool. That is too
He's
cool.
gonna scratch that off at the end of the day.
It lights up. There's a little
Sam's
button in
quitting, I
there.
forgot to tell
Press
you.
the button and light
There's
it
a
up.
button. You got to
Oh, there's a light up
Yeah,
button?
inside.
inside.
He doesn't know technology.
Inside. Oh wow.
He doesn't know what he's doing
Oh
here.
no, guys.
What? Where's the button? How do I turn this thing on?
Come on.
It's like your grandpa
Button. He's
using
got
a
the button.
Find the
metaverse.
button. Find the button.
So he
Oh,
just
there it
can't
is.
put the swim cap on. That's
Oh,
actually.
No, he
That
can't.
is a problem.
He
yeah.
just doesn't know how to do it.
I see the button here. It's like giving your grandpa your
Jesus Christ,
your
man.
meta, and now you can put it
Turn
on.
it on for me.
Oh, turn it
that's
on.
sad.
Pop, pop.
Where the actual button is there.
This is such a sweet gift.
It
2
is a-
minutes after.
That's a lovely
I don't
gift.
need no damn fire.
Can't
job.
really-
I know.
Oh yeah.
I
really
was
see it
messing
right
around.
now.
That was all jokes. That was just
Yeah, we're used to it.
yeah, that was just that was just joking.
That's better.
face.
Back in the day, he only used to try to pit us against each other, and then he would
no,
try to
against
pit us
the
against
cops.
police. Yeah,
Yeah. We
And we're like, hey, we don't carry tasers, batons,
who's
or
better,
guns.
cops or
if
firemen?
you-
Go.
I'm keeping this on the passenger seat of my truck.
Oh yeah.
Because I know, because my buddy told me, there you keep your firefighter ID.
I
and-
keep a hat.
in the
wait,
front.
hold on.
So when you
Hold
show the
on.
cops, they're like, oh,
You
we
get
see
the other one?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got a whole fleet going on here.
Now, some people have a badge that they wear, in their wallet or whatever, but I just keep a hat.
Mine's too big.
Oh, wow.
That's just the shell.
Oh.
We're heroes.
What do you mean it looks
little Timmy.
I want you guys to take a look at a real patriot.
God, I feel like playing miniature tennis right now.
Oh my God.
You look like a doozer from the Fraggle Rock.
All right, that was fun. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for that gift.
Yeah, that is too kind. We appreciate you guys so much, and
we
next-
appreciate you guys having us on.
Do it
year
again
after
next year. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it every year until the show dies, which could be soon.
Yeah. You might hit us up, and
I don't know if you guys know this. It's my last week. So
Sam's
the
last
show
week.
might be done.
Yeah. We're not the.
You are the glue.
Yeah, and there is
You are the
no
glue.
fire hat you can give her to save no. She's out. She's out of here.
This
You can
place
give
is
her
a
a hose.
dumpster fire.
You can give her a truck, a hose. She's not coming back.
My truck already caught on fire. It's fine.
I'm so glad we put Sam on there.
I know, right on the front.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
bigger.
Tom's mad,
And it's
mad.
bigger than our names.
That's
Finally.
true.
Next year, can we have an axe? Because
axe.
we got a lot of helmets.
Wait,
over here.
I want
need
an
an
axe now. Can we trade that for an axe?
And then the Jaws of Life, you got an old one sitting around,
Yeah,
right?
you got an old Jaws laying around?
Yeah,
sure. What's
because
I
you
want
get
to
the
use that
funding
to
for.
open people's houses open. You open the doors.
Yeah. How often do you use that thing? It seems like
We got to get out of here, I think.
oh,
Unless
sorry.
you want to
No,
power through.
no,
I'm
no,
all
no,
for
no,
it.
we got to do
I'm all
another
for
thing.
it.
All right.
Every day. Hero stuff every day.
Just look up St. Baldrick's. It's this Sunday, Celery City, or not, Citrus City Craft.
Citrus City. Yep.
And
You blew it.
all
of
of
that
one
shit.
job.
The name wrong.
St. Paul's
Start
House.
over. We got to start over.
Erase this. Hold on, put that hat back in your bag. All actually excited again. All right.
stbaldricks.org.
Yep.
Central Florida in the search, and you can find us.
All right.
Give them
Appreciate
some
it,
money
guys.
and help out the kiddos, y'all. And thank you guys as always. We really do appreciate it.
Yep. And we will see you tomorrow.
All right.
Where are we
got
putting that, Tom?
So that is
was
Thursday
hilarious.
2.
Thursday, too.
Thursday 2.
Plays tomorrow.
Oh, thank you
Was
guys.
that 26 minutes? Is that what
Yeah.
Did
So
it-
fast, right?
Did it seem longer?
I don't
or-
know. Sometimes it seems like it's 13 seconds, and sometimes it seems like it's
It felt
4
like it was
hours.
5 minutes. Yeah.
We're calling that Thursday.
Thursday 2.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sam, where are you going?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I have my own show.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to my show. I don't even know if you listen to this show.
Yeah, we were talking about that on our show. We'll talk about tomorrow, but I'm happy that she has the opportunity to build her own business bigger and then just do kind of what we did is like be in charge of your own schedule and build your own business and
Maybe I'll come play some pickleball with you guys.
Hey.
yeah.
I was looking at the gear the other day because we got some disc golfs. Me and Trav are getting into disc golf, guys.
Disc golf's fun.
It is fun. Also, it is for nerds. You can't be a cool disc golf player.
No.
I don't know. Those
can't be
OnlyFans
high.
girls are pretty good. I
Oh,
watch
wait a
them.
minute. That'll
They're
be on
not-
my channel.
They're not nerdy at all. And they go out there and they disc golf. And this one girl, she's like really good at disc golf. She'll like whip a shot and it'll go around a tree and then boom, right in the basket. And then she's like, here's my genitals. And she's really hot. And you're like, and it's like it.
There's a golf.
You really feel like you're getting your
That
money's
girl's
worth.
great,
Yeah.
but the one there are some that are just skin. This is not that. This is like she does a trick shot. She gives you something that like so you can't go like, oh, you're just getting nude, and
It's
she's
money
not.
well
This
spent.
is her
Yeah.
OnlyFans? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah, and so she puts tiny clips on like her TikTok and Instagram to get you to want to like purchase it and support.
Smart.
And yeah, it's
promote yourself.
and she's like a drop dead player. And in fact, we have a listener that said he knows who I'm talking about because he's he runs a course. He's very high up in the international whatever of the disc golf, and he goes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like she's a legit player, but she just I could either be a player.
There's not a ton of money in disc golf.
Well, I
but
can either
yeah.
I can play
say,
disc
yeah.
golf and be the best at it, or I can play disc golf, be the best at it, and be rich doing it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
zero money. in
I
disc
don't.
golf.
I'm not a huge
None.
golfer
None.
at
You
all,
pay money in only.
But there's that one. There's some blonde girl, Paige something, who's a professional golfer. But
Paige Ray, he said.
Yeah.
what is it?
Paige
And,
Ray.
and she does like she basically her cleavage
It's
shot.
smart.
Yeah, yeah, and she's like, like I've got a body, women's lib.
No
I can make
problem.
money off it,
Paige Renee.
Do it.
Paige
I
Renee
do it.
Spiranak.
Yeah,
I wish I could do it.
That's it.
Well, thank you
Splinac or
guys
whatever.
again. That's a beautiful helmet, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so we have one that's made for the honored child every year that we have. We try to get information, what are their favorite colors, what do
That's
they like,
awesome.
things like that. And then John has a guy who paints helmets,
Builds it,
and
right,
so
That is just so cool.
so this year John was like, "This is what I'm thinking about." And I was like, "Man, I love
love
it." I
it.
said,
It's
you know,
awesome.
Look, did you see the back, the
Yeah.
skulls?
Yeah, they light up eyes.
I'm gonna take some pictures and send
I was
it
gonna
to
say, let's get a
Melissa.
picture with all you guys.
Yeah,
for
let's do it.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole.
I
the
think
whole
that's it for Twitch and YouTube, right?